does see a zombie, he thinks he's gonna 1v1 it. He's like,
oh, I got bit. I'm good.
Orla is the type of guy to like hide his bite.
True.
You know, like, oh my god,
I was like, I'm good. Hey, close door.
Like, yeah, that guy, I can eat this.
No cap, he almost got me.
Yeah, almost
got me.
And why are you wearing a jacket now? Weren't you wearing a t-shirt? Nah.
Oh, it's 100 outside. I ain't even hot. He's like sweating. Yeah. It's not even hot outside, low key.
Starts getting paler. I'm like,
Yeah.
He's like,
gonna have to die.
like the sunken eyes, like the what's it called? The bags under his eyes. Eyes are sunken. His cheeks are sunken, and he's like, "I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm kind of hungry though. Isn't that crazy?"
Yeah. Alright, there's a burger over there. I'm like, what do you chop off his head? I'm like, oh, Jose said he wants a hug, Eduardo, actually. Not me. Don't do me like that.
No, I feel like of the core 7, Eduardo would be probably the first.
True. Welcome to this week's of the JOWB podcast. Today I'm joined with Tyler and Deven.
what's up?
Good.
No Eduardo, no Jose today. Whole new lineup.
What is going on? We're just selling people out.
Yeah.
Benching people.
The JOWP is a group, an organization. We can use anyone in the group if we want to, really.
Yeah, as you said, it's not the Gubword podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the JOWP
Even though it
podcast.
devolves into that a lot,
Yeah.
it is not.
Yeah, be it accidental or purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, Jose just kind of does his own thing.
Basically, the clip you were talking about earlier, right? Was that like contextually you were saying in a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
Who would survive?
Yeah, I mainly had the premise like if we were together, not like individually, but like yeah,
Like in a room?
yeah,
like,
like
okay,
if we were
so-
together as a
or
group.
like,
who would
So like
survive?
all 7 of us were in this studio right now, and it just happened.
Yeah, like who would die first?
I still want to stick with my guns, Eduardo.
I'm gonna be like,
If it's that circumstance, Eduardo.
I mean, if we all know if we had to make a sacrifice, Artist is going.
Yeah,
'Cause she's
like,
the smallest.
yeah, she would have
we're
to die
tossing
first.
her.
Love you,
All
Artist,
right,
but I
Artist.
can't.
Like
Get
grabbing
out.
you by the, what is it, the nape and then the belt buckle, and you're getting tossed out.
Needed.
Yeah.
And then there'd be like a food situation.
Like,
I feel like
Jose,
Eddie-
when do
Eddie
you
would
really
be good.
contribute to the team?
I'm like, Jose.
I feel like Eddie or Jose would be good bait though, because they don't move very fast.
Oh yeah, true. If you have to run away.
Yeah.
Like if you ever watched Walking Dead, I think it was in season 2. It was Shane and this guy Otis, and they were stuck in the gym, and Otis is like, "Nah, my leg hurt, but I can make it." And Shane's like, "Let me see the bag. I got you. I can throw it over the fence." And Otis hands it to him, and he pulls out his gun, shoots him in the leg, and just walks off. And Otis is like, "Fuck you, man." And it's like I don't know, like it's the whole thing. Like if you're going camping, go camping with someone that's slower than you,
Yeah.
because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like the saying, you don't have to be faster than what's chasing you. You just don't be the slowest person in the
Exactly.
Yeah.
group. Yeah.
And no offense to Jose and Eddie, but I don't think they're moving very fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out blitzing them.
You
I
just
made it
beat
lose
this-
to Tyler and Deven, but it doesn't matter. I'm not last.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. If you're not last, you're not last.
And if all those fails, somehow I get a cramp, I'm tripping someone.
Why? Why are you a menace?
Because I got cramped up in the bad situation. That's not
You
my
gotta kill
fault.
someone, but like, yeah, you're gonna die with me.
Oh, but it's okay if we indirectly kill Jose. But if I directly kill him, then
I'm
something
gonna be
wrong.
honest with you. I don't think that's indirectly. I think we're actually just like killing him.
No, because you're saying like
You're
you're
not
just outrunning
personally,
him.
but-
Yeah, but
That's
you're
indirectly
doing it out
killing
of
him.
spite. You're like, yeah, if I'm dying, you're dying with me.
Okay,
No,
well,
it's not that. It's
Oh.
he's dying. I'm not. Because I have a
Oh.
cramp. I can still move. I'm just
Oh.
like slow.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So Devin, what's the
I would never take someone down with me.
in this circumstance? What kind of zombies are we talking about?
Oh yeah,
Because that's a big factor. If we're talking about World War Z zombies, I'm killing
We're all
myself.
dying, Tyler.
But
We're
if
not
it's like
surviving that.
Not
Walking
me.
Dead zombies, that's easy. I don't. Every time I watch The Walking Dead, I get so infuriated because I'm like, how do you die to Walking Dead zombies? They're not intelligent. They don't move fast.
That's like the
they work
classic
in
zombie,
hordes,
though.
but what?
That's like the classic zombie.
Yeah, so it's like World War Z zombies. I can see how you could die to a World War Z zombie. They're intelligent. They climb up to freaking airplanes and helicopters, and they get you.
We're not
Like,
surviving that, Tyler.
we're
That's
not.
high diff. That's
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how people could die to Walking Dead zombies. You know,
yeah.
like it boggles my mind. And I mean, I guess it's for cinematic effect on the show.
Yeah.
But people make dumb decisions. Like they walk into a house and they just walk into a room. They don't check corners or anything. They're just like, okay, I'm gonna go check this room, and they just walk in. Zombie in the closet.
I mean, you
like-
gotta account for human error.
Yeah.
No human is always gonna be on their toes all the time. That's not a realistic thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of them might get like caught off guard, like
Caught
jump
lacking,
scared.
yeah.
It happens.
But I'm just saying, like, if I'm in that certain circumstance, if I'm clearing a house, I'm on guard till I know it's completely clear.
Yeah, but he wouldn't assume the closet is something they would hide in because they're unintelligent.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you in the closet?
You just said they were unintelligent, so why would they hide in the closet?
Because what if someone went in the closet and died?
That's a lot of.
They're hiding in the closet, waiting to come out for you.
No, like that's
Like,
a real
I'm
thing.
gay.
Like people, like especially like kids and stuff. Like if they get scared, they're gonna go under the bed or in the closet.
So it's a kid zombie you're dying to?
Could be.
No shot.
It's happened before.
It's fast.
There's baby zombies in Walking Dead.
They're not babies.
Like Minecraft baby
Yeah,
zombies.
they're
not like
They're riding chickens. Let's go.
No, like there's kids that turn into zombies, and it especially it's mostly early on in the series, like season 1, season 2, but it does catch them off. Like Rick almost dies to a kid zombie because he just woke up. He didn't know the kid was a zombie because he didn't know zombies were a thing at that point. I mean, he kind of did, but not really. But he just saw a little girl, so he's like, okay, well, hey, I'm a sheriff. I'm here to help. And then he grabs her, and then she almost bites him. So it's like something like that.
Yeah.
I often think about zombie apocalypse. That'd be pretty fun.
So do I.
Not
I'm
fun, but like
not fun, but like
interesting.
I always like if this did happen, what would be the game plan? Like, all right, what
Yeah.
am I doing?
It's kind of hard. I feel like for a zombie apocalypse to happen, it had to be a little bit more than Walking Dead because our government is destroying that. They're
Yeah.
just nuking wherever ground zero
Yeah,
is.
true.
Nuke it.
yeah, sorry, like Nebraska.
Yeah,
That
you're
sucks.
gone.
You
That
gotta
sucks.
Honestly, even if it was New York City, America would say that's tough. We're sacrificing
I think
you
the
guys.
world would say, "You don't do it,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it."
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what city, no matter
We're
how
nipping
popular.
this thing in the bud. I'm
Yep.
not trying to have
Hollywood,
like,
New York
rumbling
City,
zombies coming through.
Germany,
Yeah, I
France.
Don't care. I don't care
They
where
don't
it's
care.
at.
Yeah.
I don't care. if it's
Ground
the
zero.
White
I think the
House.
world would agree at
Yeah,
the UN. You're getting nuked.
not
Yeah.
even that. I think they were just like, we're not even taking the risk. We're just nuking y'all.
Yeah. No more discussion. Push the button.
Push the
True. But you gonna complain? I stopped the world outbreak.
Like, no, we can
COVID
talk about
2.0.
this.
What do you want?
But then there
about?
will always be that one guy who like I wasn't bit, and he gets on a plane and leaves before they nuke him, and then
Like,
spreads out.
like,
Like
always
Plague
how it
Inc.
works.
basically.
Yeah, fucking people are just dumb.
man, I think we could contain it.
I think so too. I think we're a little too advanced for a zombie outbreak to beat us.
Yeah, I think Walking Dead started in like what 2008, 7, something like that. So it's like
I want
they're-
to say even then they.
yeah,
could've
they were
stopped it.
advanced, but the people were different. We weren't as connected as we are now.
Yeah, I guess.
Because the people like you had what, a flip phone? You didn't have much.
Yeah, 2008's like what, the start of Facebook or something.
Yeah, like
So,
it's the internet's still relatively young
Yeah.
as far as mainstream wise. People aren't as interconnected as they are now. So the government may be quick to act, but it goes back to, well, what if someone's just like driving across the country, they've already been bit.
Yeah,
Or like
exactly.
even something as scratched, like because Walking Dead, as long as the DNA gets inside you, you're infected. Actually, Walking Dead, you're just infected. It's just in the air. Everyone's infected.
What, the COVID?
Yeah, so like in Walking Dead, everyone's infected, and if you get bit, it expedites the process. But you won't naturally turn unless you die, which is why you'll see people like who get their throat slit, not to be too graphic, throat slit, and then they
Editor,
leave them
don't show
there.
the clip.
What?
Don't show the clip,
Editor.
editor.
Don't show the clip. Don't show the clip. Gets their throat slit or like gets stabbed or something, and then they end up just turning because they're dead. So then the virus takes over.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I think you're right. We'd probably just nip it before it does anything.
Yeah, no shot. You'd have to be like.
But there will be the Eduardos.
I think it's always like stories like that and like old like classic detective stories they want to tell. They usually always have to go back in time because they know realistically stuff like that just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like
Technology.
Death Note.
Yeah, technology
and-
is too advanced.
yeah.
Like Light Yagami is not surviving in 2020.
Yeah, he's just not.
Instead of like a Death Note, it's like a Death Notebook Air. It's a
He
computer.
has an iPad.
like L like hacks in his computer and it's just like school notes. And
He
he's like,
like
"You fell
doxes them.
for
He's like,
it."
I know who you are. Dox.
I don't know, I feel like Light would have like some like plot armor to be like, I'm actually the best hacker in the world, and be like, you can't hack me, I hack you back.
I mean, isn't he like?
Or he like makes a fake
Isn't
IP
he one of the
address.
smart? He's the smartest in Japan, or at least for his age bracket, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he's like top something in the world. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Probably,
he would
yeah.
have to because he is comparable to L, and L's
Yeah.
like I think he is the smartest.
Isn't he like the
person.
number 1, 2?
But there's
and 3
different types of
detective?
intelligence though. Hacking
Yeah.
is a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm assuming like if you're that intelligent, you can learn how to hack
Probably, yeah.
pretty easily.
Probably, yeah.
The way
I'm
his
assuming.
character was described, it's like if he wanted to, he could
He
learn
can
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like one of his abilities. Now I did see this post and I thought it was kind of interesting because it was kind of hard for me to think of. It's like, what's like the best 3-arc run in like anime manga?
3 arc run.
What do you mean, like
Obvi-
arc
Yeah.
in a single series?
Obviously, there's a lot of One Piece in the comment section because it makes sense. There's
It
so many
has to,
arcs,
yeah.
and One Piece fans are insane.
But I mean the Dressrosa whole cake.
Yeah.
Wano. It's a pretty solid arc. Or even something
is.
like.
even
I'd go
something
back. I'd say like Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, Whole Cake. Even though Zao was in there, but I consider Zao like a part of.
I consider it a part of the. I guess that would be whole cake.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, I don't think Punk Hazard was all like. I thought it was
I was about to say, y'all
alright.
fuck
I
with
think Punk
Hazard.
Hazard's better than like the beginning of Wano.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Personally.
Beginning of Wano was boring.
It was fun though.
I
in my opinion,
the
like,
idea
seeing
is
the
fun
crew
because
come
it's like
together.
cool Japan.
Well,
but,
no, like having the crew come together. I mean, maybe it's just me.
yeah,
I thought it was
guess.
really fun.
I think
like,
it's just
seeing
like
them come together.
Like,
What
they
did
haven't
you
been
do
together in
the
a
past?
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hear you bring up Punk Hazard. I'm like, Punk Hazard was okay.
It was all
Punk
right.
Hazard was pretty
Like,
good, I think.
I mean, it's a solid like 6.5 or 7.
Yeah, like I have no complaints about it, but like, I have nothing grandioso to say about it either.
Nothing
me
really
neither.
sticks out. The only thing that really
Yeah.
sticks out is like Momo, because I like Momo. But
Yeah, but if you want to do okay, then like what Water 7 Impel Down and then Annie's Lobby or not Annie's Marineford.
I mean, that's not
That 3 arc run.
that's not
It-
bad.
it-
not
That's
consecutive?
It
bad.
goes, it
No.
goes Amazon Lily,
Yeah.
Impel Down, and then Marineford.
Yeah.
What's after Marineford? Throw the Bark.
Marineford goes.
Oh
yeah,
wait, no wait. Where is Thriller Bark in there? It's like
Thriller Bark.
Because Throw the Bark has to be before because
They meet Brooke.
they meet Brooke. Yeah.
fuck, how does that go? It goes.
Oh wait.
Because I know
wait,
Thriller
wait,
Bark is
wait,
around
wait.
chapter 300. I know that much.
It's
Is it Thriller Bark Sabioti?
yeah. It goes.
because because
Impel
Brooke is a
Down-
part
or
of
no,
the
no,
like.
Yeah,
sorry.
so it's Thriller Bark, Sabioti, Amazon Lily, and then Marineford.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, what I said still makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, Amazon Lily is alright.
Thriller Bark trash though.
It's not trash, Tyler.
Let's be real, Devin.
I
Let's
don't
be
know why you
real.
hate on it so much. It's not.
It's
that-
one of the weakest
Throw the
arcs in
Bark
One
isn't
Piece.
trash.
It's not
I
trash.
didn't like
Those-
it. Maybe because I
Better than
watched it.
Skypiea. Skypiea is trash. I think Skypiea is like the
Yeah.
worst arc in One Piece.
I agree.
Aside,
People
East
love
Blue,
Skypiea
maybe?
though, because I maybe it's just like when I've seen on TikTok, people were always talking about like, you watch One Piece, did you watch Skypiea? And they're like, nah, and like don't talk, something like that.
Well, that's the thing.
Something
Like, why
cringe.
skip? Like, we don't deal with skip like arcs.
No, I get that, but like people say like they just don't watch it because it's bad.
I never got the
And it
hate
is
for Sky.
bad.
I never got the hate for Skypiea, to be honest. I like the villain.
it's
I like.
boring. There's
don't know,
nothing
it's kinda
good about it.
cool.
It's
They're-
such a boring
like
concept.
Devin, give me what's your favorite part about Skypiea?
I mean, I like the villain. He's kind of cool.
Okay.
I kind of like. I don't know.
It's
Like,
okay.
it's not like y'all make it seem like it's the worst arc.
It is.
It's
It-
in One
it
Piece,
really is.
I think
In
it's
One
a-
Piece, it's the worst arc.
And okay, when I say that, I'm barring pre-Grand Line.
Barring
I'm
like
not
Syrup
count-
Village.
Yeah,
Because
like,
everyone agrees Syrup Village is the worst
I-
arc in
like
One
pretty
Piece.
much all of the East Blue Saga, I don't count.
Yeah. If we're doing like
Except
post-
for I like Logtown.
Grand
though.
Line.
Logtown was cool.
nothing
That,
really
that was
happened
like
in
going
Logtown.
into, but it was cool seeing like all the different characters. You get introduced to Smoker, even Dragon. You get some Buggy stuff, and
Of
it's like
course,
that's,
you gotta bring up Buggy. Buggy
He's
stand
a
over here.
clown.
he's cool. Like, would you not
Buggy-
take Buggy's double fruit? That's
Buggy
dope.
D clown.
Mihawk can't
Buggy
even cut him.
D-Clown.
Buggy.
When does Bon Clay get introduced? That Impel Down?
Impel
no,
Down.
no, it's not.
No, that's
Alabasta.
That's when he comes
Alibasta.
back.
I also don't like Alibasta either.
Yeah.
I don't like Alabasta
like it.
either.
Really.
No.
I still think it's better than Skypiea, and I give it better than Thriller Bark for sure. But I don't.
I really
like Skypiea.
like Alabasta. I like the concept of the
Alabasta,
straw.
I
hats.
like the finale of Alabasta the most.
The
but
finale was
everything
cool.
else of Alabasta is bad. I think the finale solely carries Alabasta.
Yeah,
One thing
I
I
think
do
the
like
fir-
about it is that it brought a lot of danger to Luffy. 'Cause
Yeah,
all we see is
exactly.
Luffy kicking ass, and all of a sudden Crocodile like no diffs him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crocodile seems like an actual threat.
I
Yeah.
love Crocodile. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
I love
he's
Crocodile.
better than Anel.
Yeah, he's way
he
better
is.
than
He is.
that.
I know.
Alabasta is above
I
Skypiea.
mean, he is my favorite One Piece villain, but I think the beginning half of Alabasta is kind of boring.
Tough
but
crowd. The One Piece villains. That's a tough crowd to top. You got Buggy, Foxy, but then there was like Alpha Crocodile up there.
I guess
I guess.
Crocodile and L, they're like neck and neck.
Yeah.
At the top of the
I
board.
don't know.
What were you gonna say before I cut you off?
What's that one? I don't know. I think what you basically said. Like the Alabasta first half is kind of boring, but the back half is kind of cool. Like when they're like
Oh,
already on, they're fighting CP,
Yeah.
not CP9.
What are they called?
Baroque
Baroque
Works.
Works? Yeah.
Brokeworks. Yeah.
Now it did introduce best girl of the series, which is
Vivi?
very
Vivi?
nice. No,
Oh,
Shaw.
I
Robin.
was-
Oh, that's what I thought you said.
Robin.
That's what? That's when she gets introduced. So who are you talking about then?
Oh,
Robin.
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
guess
she
they're
is.
both introduced there.
Miss
Robin, best girl of One Piece.
Miss Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hard stance on that one.
All right,
Is that really
Perona
a hard
exists.
stance?
Perona exists. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
she's
Toronto's my
number-
girl. Like,
Hey, she's number-
I read One Piece before you, Deven.
Gabe, she's definitely number 2, but she ain't number 1 though. She ain't number 1 though. Y'all know who the hell that is. Robin is number 1. Perona is solid though.
I like Perona
number
because
2.
she's the only one who doesn't look like a One Piece character, except in the eyes, of course.
Okay, let me preface this. I like post time skip Robin. I don't like pre time skip Robin. She just like her face just looks square. It's really goofy looking. Pre time skip, probably go Perona because Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
Makes
But
sense.
post time skip, Robin gets right there. Apparently there was a lot of stuff controversy with Robin. Y'all know about that?
But skin color?
About skin color, yeah.
That's stupid.
I didn't see that.
So,
That's so dumb.
pre-time skip in the anime, they gave her a darker complexion because Alibasta is based off of Egypt or like the like Northern Africa, Middle Eastern countries. So it makes more sense if she's tan, right? But then she's actually supposed to be slight tan, but she's white because
Wasn't she supposed to be like Russian?
yeah, she's like a Russian. It was based off
Yeah,
of
like
this
she
wannabe
had to
Russian.
be race. Yeah.
She's supposed to be white. So then after the time skip, they took the chance to make her lighter skin complexion. So now she looks like the way she does now. And people are like, "Oh, you're just trying to whitewash everything and whatever." Which I don't want to bring too much like race and politics into this podcast. But it was a lot of things like that. But
I would just say she was
I thought it was
tanned
pretty bad.
before, and she had lost her tan because she wasn't
Well,
in the
she-
desert anymore.
well, she was in a snowy country though.
Yeah.
Which is like the way that who was it? It's not Toei. It's Toei, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it Toei that animates
Yeah.
One Piece? That's like the way they say it's like, oh, she's in a snowy country, that's why we animated differently.
Yeah.
But they caught a lot of backlash for it.
It was
I
so
thought
stupid. Like I see that all over Twitter and all over TikTok. They say it about a lot of One Piece characters. They're like they're whitewashing. I'm like, no, like Robin's clearly a white person. That
Yeah, I
is a-
never once thought Robin was black.
That is a white.
not
woman.
that she's black, but it's the fact that she went from a tan skin complexion to like almost a pale white.
Get over it.
That's what I'm saying. Like look up like a
At the
pre
end of the
and post
day,
time
do
skip.
these people not know it's based on a manga that's black and white? I guarantee Robin wasn't tanned in the manga. She was just white, probably.
Exactly.
Like, that's just an anime choice that they
Oda-
decided to make.
Oda's like, all right, I gotta shade her in this a tad bit more.
Because
We
you can
all
tell
know
in manga when they're
Robin.
tan,
Yeah.
he'll let you know. Like, Nagatoro, she doesn't look like
Look at
Tsunade.
any of the people that,
Yeah.
that Zoro beats. They're
Yeah,
definitely tan.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Usopp is tan.
Usopp is tan.
Usopp's like African, but
Yeah.
South African, but yeah.
that's South.
That's
what?
African.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a good one. This is a Naruto one. I know Tyler doesn't like Naruto, but
No, I like Naruto. It's just
the Tale of Jiraiya, Fated Battle Between Brothers, and Pain Assault. That's a good 3-arc run right there.
that's a good.
I
That's a
think
good.
that would
yeah.
be my top. Like that is so good.
I forgot that was in an order. I didn't know it went Itachi, Pain Assault.
Yeah,
That's
it was Itachi
insane.
Peso. What came before Itachi?
The
It was
Tale
the
of
Tale of
Jiraiya. The
Jiraiya.
Gauntlet.
Is that really an arc? I kind
I
of did that as
guess
part of
so.
the pain.
Yeah, it's like it's the invasion. I mean, I
It
guess that
happened
is part of
before.
the pain, like saga.
I guess.
Yeah, it's an arc though, I think.
Okay, but yeah, that's pretty solid. We get to see
Pretty
because like think about it. You get to see Jiraiya versus Pain, right? And then we get
True.
to see Sasuke versus Itachi.
True.
And then you get to see Naruto
Naruto versus Pain.
And then
Kinda
right after
goated.
that, you get to see Sasuke versus the 5 Kage.
I mean, versus the 5 Kage.
Yeah, but it's still a cool thing to watch.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool when he pulled up and thought he was the guy. He
Yeah.
wasn't, but he thought.
Uh.
This is probably mine. Golden Age Conviction, Falcon and Millennium Empire.
Yeah,
That's a straight heat right there.
That's banger after banger.
Golden Age already itself is like one of my favorite arcs in general, so it's hard for anything to like compare
Berserk?
it.
Was
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
Berserk.
Berserk.
See, I saw a Bleach one because I know Tyler likes Bleach. It was let's see, Arrancar, Hueca Mundo, and Fake Kurakura Town. Kurakara Town.
Are those 3 separate arcs though?
Yes, I know you're trying to make it a saga.
That's
like
a saga.
The whole
That's what I'm
Arrancar
thinking. I'm thinking
thing.
about like
yeah.
the Arrancar saga.
Yeah, no, it's
Or,
different.
like,
You have to break it up.
Espada. Yeah.
Just like the whole, though Devin wants to disagree, it's not. The whole Cell thing is just part of the Android saga.
Yeah, it
Even though
is.
you separate them by Android arc and then Cell arc,
Yeah.
they're not 2 sagas. They're just it's one saga.
Because Cell's
And
the reason why
Android.
Cell's there is directly because of the androids.
Yeah, but he's
Exactly.
there during like
And the
whole
Saiyan
arc.
saga is a saga, even though it does connect to Frieza. It's different
Yeah.
because it doesn't directly connect to him.
I'm just not used to hearing it displayed that way. Otherwise, the Saiyan saga, Frieza saga, Cell saga. Like I don't hear anyone ever saying like the Android saga.
What about like
Android saga?
It's always been called the Cell
what
saga.
about like
even in the games?
pre-cousin, cousin, and post-cousin? Komi-san?
What for Komi-san? Eddie's pre-cousin, during cousin, post-cousin. That's Eddie's 3 arc run right
That's his
there.
big 3 right there.
Beating this.
I don't know the arcs of Komi-san.
Since Eduardo's not here, let's do Eduardo's when we got JoJo. What's an arc in part 4?
Is it really an arc? Like I think that's separate by parts.
No, there's definitely arcs in part 4.
No, there's definitely arcs within them.
Especially part 4.
Oh, yeah, part 4. Yeah.
Let's see, Bad Company, because he always talks about Bad Company. So whatever, like part, I guess like.
Oh, so we're calling fights as arcs?
Well, like
So I'm saying
Okuyasu's like. Well, the problem with JoJo's is that it ends up being like 2-episode arcs.
Yeah. That's what I'm
You don't
saying,
have an
like,
actual
it's
arc.
hard.
No, there are like actual arcs, like the
No.
Finding Cure arc. That's an
Yeah.
arc. That's more than 2 episodes. That's like a good 10 episode
yeah,
stint
but
right there.
can you name 2 other arcs that are
In
in
part 4?
succession? No less.
Let's
yeah,
see.
name 3 arcs in part 4.
In part 4.
There's only 2 arcs in part 4.
I mean, it's
That's
only,
what I was saying, like, you have to
39
really-
episodes.
You have to really. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why he was like, you have to go like part 4, 5, 6 or
Yeah,
something.
That's a whole series though. That's unfair to be like the best 3 arc run is part 4, 5, 6.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but I
unfair.
mean, look at like episode
Not
number or even
really.
chapter
That's
number
case
versus
I'll
like
go
One
like
Piece.
6, 7, 8.
I was gonna say 6, 7, 8. That's the best
arc
arc.
then.
That's the best in,
That's
in
elite.
JoJo. That's in the
That's
especially. Oh my
touching
god!
it.
You got like great 7, peak or
Yeah.
great 6, peak 7, and then
And then
phenomenal
amazing
8.
8, yeah.
Like it's that's just crazy.
And then maybe 9 comes out, then we just change
But I mean,
it, get
if you
6
look
out the
at
way.
if you look at it from a
79.
chapter standpoint, wouldn't that be comparable to something like One Piece from a chapter to chapter?
Yeah, but One Piece is
basis?
very different.
Yeah, I get it. It's like these
Demon
different
Slayer,
parts.
200 chapters, but it has like a lot of arcs.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. I think that's a comparable. Like arcs are usually maybe 20 chapters, I say, maybe 10 at the minimum.
So
but-
with like One Piece, if would you have to like split each
One
arc
Piece
into
just has
separate
bad
arcs?
pacing
Yeah.
by regular manga standards, I guess.
Yeah.
He does it well enough to where you don't notice it, but it's not a good metric to be like that's how all long arcs should be.
Yeah, because then you have stuff
It's very
like
different.
golded arcs, like Frankie versus Senior Pink. That's not really an arc, but fights.
Like an arc.
But it's like it's paced really well, and you get Senior Pink's backstory. Then you
you
got
get
shit stuff like
Triceracopter.
Triceracopter. Hey, editor, put up both panels.
Of Triceracopter and what?
Like Senior Pink and Frankie versus Frankie and
Tricer-
But the
Triceracopter.
whole panel
I want to
is
see. I want to see Senior Pink, JoJo posing. Not really JoJo posing. But
Does
it's like
he JoJo pose?
he does like the JoJo walk kind of with Frankie because they're like,
I guess maybe.
and then you got Frankie. Frankie just has like the craziest fights.
All right, I'll send the pictures to the editor. Just make sure the editor texts me when you get to this point in the video. I'll send you the panels.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of slacking.
He
really
do.
does. He's not
I was
even.
wa-
He's not.
I was
even
watching one episode. I was like, throw this clip up. He
He
didn't.
never did.
Hey, the Deven. You said play my music. He didn't play your music.
He played on
True.
He actually stopped the background music, so you were just talking. He's like, no, it's playing right now. It's playing right now. It just stopped. It's
Oh,
like,
remember when he was on Twitter and he was we were looking at his likes and he had that degenerate picture and I was like, nah, go ahead and throw it up, show them what you're looking at, and he didn't. He showed a different picture.
Oh no, he showed the picture of the
Nope.
girl with the tongue out.
No, he showed the whole.
No, that's not the one we're talking about. It was a different
one.
picture
Oh,
he didn't
okay.
show.
It was like kind of not wholesome, but it was like
He showed the
Safer
Marine
for
one.
work.
That's not the picture we were talking about. And I said, because we were in Discord the day he was editing, and I was like, you better not put that picture in there. That's not the right picture. He's like, I'm not. And I watched the video and it's in there.
try to act like we don't watch our own
Yeah,
stuff.
there's plenty of
saying.
times where it would be funny if he did and he doesn't. But
No, there's plenty of times where I'm
He's
like,
easily biased towards
Yeah.
Eduardo.
Yeah.
Our
It's-
editor, for some
it's
reason, biased
unfortunate
toward Eduardo.
because a lot of times when I'm listening to the podcast, I listen to it on Spotify because you kind of dogged me because Joe Rogan beat on my Spotify rap. Joe Rogan beat the Jowp podcast because I didn't listen
Yeah.
to it, so I was like, all right, I'll just exclusively listen to it and then throw it in the background on YouTube so I get both views. And there's so much stuff like I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, this is funny, and I hear y'all on Discord like, hey, Deven, remember when Eduardo put this up? And I'm like, I gotta go back and look at it now, and I gotta pull up.
Yeah,
Like, okay,
that's how
oh,
we
this
get
is the
the 2
scam.
views.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the scam we're talking about.
Yeah. So the 3x3 episode, you kind of had to watch. I mean, you didn't have to, I guess. We do read it.
Mhm.
But did you watch it to
Not
look at
yet.
it, the 3x3s?
That was last week, right?
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it yet. When I'm down here, I don't tend to watch a lot of stuff because I'm usually just doing stuff.
all right.
But
True.
I'll probably watch it 2 or 3 times by the time.
Make sure you
This
vote.
episode comes
And
out,
I know
sure.
we didn't say it in the episode, but there is a straw poll in that one. I know this episode's gonna be a long time after the episode came out, but make sure you go vote, see who had the best taste. Check the results
Oh, I
right
kind of
now.
dated it by saying
No, it doesn't
Yeah, it's
matter.
fine.
Okay.
The
'cause
dating
I was
of
like
the
last
podcast
week.
doesn't
but-
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gabe is sort of in the lead at the moment.
Am I? What's the record? What's the results right now?
What's the
Hold
struggle
up.
for? Is like best
I'm
three by
pretty
three?
sure
And then just show up the current results as of recording. I know Eduardo's got 0 votes. I know that much.
What is it?
He has a vote. Who voted for Eduardo? It was Eduardo, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Eduardo.
Okay, so like it neutralizes itself.
Yeah, so he got no votes.
So
Yeah.
basically, take all votes, subtract 1. Even though y'all, I don't say anything, but like you could have voted for yourself. Just subtract
didn't.
every vote by 1. No, that's what I'm saying. Like subtract every vote,
I-
1 from every vote, and then we're
Exactly.
good. That's the real votes.
And then Devin's got his like dog who can vote
2 dogs, 3 dogs. You got
True,
3 dogs
yeah,
that can
3 dogs.
vote, bro.
and the sister.
And a fish. I'm saying, bro.
Fish, my son.
I'm just saying, bro.
Eduardo's got his sisters. He's got his dog, his fridge.
Lionel,
True.
Bowie.
Eduardo's just gonna rig the votes.
He's really stacking it pretty heavy in his favor.
That's fine though. As of right now, I'm in the lead. And we'll say the poll will end. When did this episode come out? Probably like
How many do you
April
have
something.
backlogged?
I don't want to say how many I have backlogged, but I'd say this is probably like April or something. I don't know. I even
Okay.
couldn't give you a number.
I mean, definitely in April.
yeah.
Unless
So I'm
Eduardo
wrong.
turns around
What's the month after April? May?
May.
So May 1st is when the poll will close.
How about you just do like April 30th at 11:59 p.m.
April 30th? Okay.
Yeah.
April 30th. Wait,
Like
when
at
does...
midnight?
Ooh, doesn't Doctor Strange come out May 1st? When Doctor Strange comes out, that's when the poll closes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all. That's all. So, what is the poll for? Is it just like, because I know
Who has the
y'all did
best?
3x3s. Was it a video games or
Yeah.
anime?
It was
Or anime?
Video
games.
games.
Video games. So you're just voting who has the best 3x3?
If it was anime, I think Tyler would just have to agree with me because of like 2 of the...
We have very similar
Yeah.
tastes, and I don't want to say niche, but it's niche within the group.
Yeah, true. Because we're like the only... Well, not the only, but we're the few manga readers in the group.
Yeah.
So we can go into that like category of mangas that haven't been animated yet. Like Hell's
Exactly.
Paradise, Vagabond, Berserk.
Exactly.
Berserk doesn't have an anime.
And we don't count it. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that me and Tyler will have, but no one else will ever have because they don't read manga.
Dude, I keep seeing like.
Well, Devin's read manga now though.
Oh, yeah.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what'd you think?
I
Without
read
spoilers,
Sinbad. I didn't finish.
Oh,
Nice
what'd you think
Night.
about Sinbad? Like the end though.
I love it.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
I love it.
It's so good.
Did you say Sinbad makes his way into your top 10 now?
Oh yeah, Sinbad's definitely.
like
my
at the
top.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I put Magi and Sinbad into like one.
Yeah.
I kinda do
usually,
too,
yeah.
yeah.
Monkey's already in.
Because yeah,
so-
they're
It's kinda
separate.
fair. Yeah.
Because Magi was first and it was like a prequel type thing or what?
Yeah, Magi was first, and then the author was like, "Loki, y'all like the Sinbad again? I got you."
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
You know what? Kishimoto should take notes. Do that about Madara and Hashirama.
Oh, you
Hey,
like
yeah, give
Madara?
us-
Alright.
All right, I got you. But
yeah.
he didn't.
No, Monkey's already in my top 10, so.
That is the big theory about One Piece. When you can have it.
Okay.
When One Piece ends, he'll do a prequel about like Roger and his crew.
Dude, okay, there's so much I want to
That
see
would
about.
be elite.
Imagine like the Roger versus Whitebeard stuff. Come on,
I
quit
don't,
playing.
I don't know, man.
bro.
I kind of want to learn about Buffy, Luffy's son. Luffy
Oh.
Shippuden.
Luffy Shippuden. One Piece Shippuden.
So okay, I woke up at like 2 a.m. last night, right? And I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking about this, but I was like, Monkey D. Luffy. And I was like, what if I had a pet monkey? I named him Luffy, so he's Luffy D. Monkey.
Stupid.
What are these big brain plays? Like Tyler's like, oh my god,
I'm Galaxy Brain.
I'm literally
I
cracked.
don't know why. Because I woke up and I have the poster right there. I can
Editor,
see it.
throw
and I
up the
was like,
Galaxy Brain picture. That's Tyler.
I was like, Monkey D. Luffy, Luffy D. Monkey. Why don't we just? do that?
I don't move.
And it made so much sense in my mind. I thought that was funny.
That's the weirdest 2 a.m. thought to have.
I think it's just like I said, I woke up and the way I sleep in my bed, the posters on this wall, like all the posters. So like I saw his poster.
Mhm.
Oh, I also want to see more of Shanks. I can't wait to see more of Shanks. It's so-
I think everyone does, Tyler.
I think we're eventually gonna get it in the next arc.
I mean,
This
if-
arc, I don't.
I mean,
see
if we
where
get
he would come up.
a Gold Roger backstory, we also get the Quebec pirate or the Rock Pirates.
Yo, look at Yu's Rehab, bro. That's my girl.
Who is this?
It's from Hell's Paradise. When the anime comes out, you should watch it.
Is it getting animated?
Yeah, it's coming out this year, I believe. Editor, don't worry about
don't
it.
pull that one up.
Don't pull that one up.
You don't need that one, editor.
Nah. I found out that Twitter's is where I belong.
It's your happy
True.
place.
I got to give you the login for the Jowp Twitter, so you can be the manager.
Every time before I had Twitter, I always thought like Twitter was just cesspool, and it still is. It's still like a hellscape, but
Certain sides of it, yeah.
yeah, if you know like how to navigate it, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I noticed like when I'm scrolling, there's, especially like on the anime manga side of Twitter, it's very welcoming. I noticed until you hit like certain pages where like they exclusively do Bleach stuff, they exclusively do Naruto stuff. Like when they don't do total anime manga, they just do one specific thing. That's when you encounter a lot of gatekeepers. Yep. Like people are like having civil conversation in the comments or whatever about like, yeah, like I love Bleach top 3. Why do you think that this is better than Bleach? Bleach is way better. Blah blah blah. And they're just talking about it, and then it just devolves to like, you suck, your ass. Don't ever go on Twitter ever again. I'm gonna dox you. It's like, why? Like just because you said Bleach is top 3, but it ain't number 1. Like, God forbid you put a big 3 against like higher than Bleach. You put One Piece higher than Bleach. You're a sinner.
It comes down to like the thing you were saying that one day. It's like you can say something's your least favorite in like a certain category. It doesn't mean it's horrible. It just like of the category, it's not your favorite.
Like Deven, ass or tits?
Oh, I'm an ass guy.
Okay, so you hate tits? That's crazy, bro. How do you hate boobs, bro? That's what I'm saying. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah, but I seen that.
That's like it's the worst type of argument.
Dumb.
Yeah. It's like, what, can we not just have favorites? Is that not possible? I'm supposed to say equal.
Well, no, you can have a favorite as long as it's also their favorite.
Yeah. Then was like, oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, you're objectively correct.
Objectively, right? Because obviously art has no like objectivity in there.
Yeah,
everything's just, it is what it is.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yep, and my eye is the beholder.
I'm the objectively correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I also love seeing people rate openings for anime, like on TikTok and stuff. Like they'll have like I saw one today. There's like what, 7 or 8 openings? I think there's 7 openings for AOT. 7 or 8. 7? I think there's 7.
It was around 7.
But he like was listening to him, and he's like, the objectively correct ranking for all the openings. And low key, like I was surprised because we had the exact same tastes. And then
What's his last place? Red Swan?
Sasageo. Red Swan was 3.
No shot.
Sasageo's the last? No shot.
No, that's why I disagreed. I was like, it's a little bit weird you put Sasageo at last. Because I would put Red Swan there personally. And then it was Red Swan. I think there was like 5 was open or 6 was open. I was like, oh yeah, it's going there. He put it at 3, and I was like, huh. And then I was like, because when I watch stuff like that, it gets to a point where I'm not putting my opinion. It would be based off of this list. Where would I put this song based on what he already has established? So if there's like 1, 2, 4, and 6 open, even though I don't think this song is 6 on this ranking, it would be 6th place. Does that make sense?
I only know 3 Attack on Titan.
And then all of a sudden he went to My War, and I was like, sure, because it was 1 and 2, and all it is My War and Rumbling. And I was like, we all know Rumbling's gonna be number 1. Go ahead and throw it up there. Yeah. He put My War number 1. I said, this boy is dumb.
I wouldn't do that. I like My War. Don't get me wrong. I'm like,
My War number 1.
And then he's like Rumbling. He's like, Rumbling. I'm like, no, you're lying, bro. You're lying. Like,
you can't tell me Rumbling comments are like, it's okay.
Even Sasageo, which he put at last place, he was getting his shirt. He was like, Sasageo. He's like Rumbling. He's like, Rumbling.
Cupid shuffling. No shot.
But I love watching those things because it's like, I don't know. I love seeing like the diversity of thought with a lot of things and how people will find one thing that they like. And not like it's bad, but it's like, it's just interesting in my opinion.
That's like one thing I really like about any Twitter is like usually not the commenters, the people who make the original tweets that get the toxic comments, but the people who make those tweets, just to see all the different types of people there are. There's like Bleach fans, JoJo fans, niche fans like Arya. I found the Arya fans recently. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. The Kingdom fans. It's always interesting because then you get their take on what other stuff they like, and you can kind of like see how other people think. Yeah, and that's always really interesting to me.
That's why I like Twitter, because I get to see those opinions, and every once in a while you find someone competent to have a debate. Because I also like debating, like, oh, why do you like this, or like not even debating, just like having like
a good conversation. Yeah. Well, why do you like this? Why would you say this is better? Yeah.
And low-key, like, going off of that, like, there's been a couple times I didn't comment myself, but just reading things, I'm like, why do I like this more? And it makes me, like, actually, like, think. For instance, like, I changed my background to Kisuke. And you're like, I didn't know you messed with Kisuke like that, or Bleach in general. And I was like, not at first, but like the more I see about stuff on Twitter, just all this stuff about Bleach, I'm like, it really is fun. Like, it's worthy of being big three. Like, I knew it was like in the big three, and I always thought it was like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. That was like my take on the big three, and I thought that was going to be unchanging. And I still got to put One Piece number one, but after rewatching Bleach, it really is making it a high contender for being up there with One Piece, in my opinion.
Bleach definitely gets dragged by the anime community a lot more than like any other series do. More than like, I'm not gonna say more, but like a lot like Black Clover does as well, and kind of One Piece and Naruto. But Bleach, I think, gets dragged way more than.
Well, I think a big thing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, just from what I've seen about people talking about their history with anime and stuff like that, because the big three is based off of manga sales.
Yeah.
And it's really popular. The three are big popular, but in the West, One Piece and more so Naruto made it big in anime, and Bleach didn't. The Bleach anime didn't quite make it as big in the West as the manga did, as the Japanese manga. And I think now people are, I guess, more open to watching it with an open mind.
I think it's actually the opposite. The manga didn't do good in the West. The anime did do really good in the West for Bleach. That's why you see so many Bleach fans that are usually English speakers versus One Piece and Naruto. Well, maybe not Naruto, but One Piece. I think majority of One Piece fans are actually not Western people. They're usually people from Japan, because One Piece is huge there.
Well, yeah, One Piece is like...
Yeah, One Piece and what else is big there? Astro Boy, I guess.
Astro Boy. Isn't that one of the oldest manga of all time?
Doraemon's huge there.
Doraemon's. And then what's that one with the family? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Spy Family?
No.
No. Spy Family.
It's a long Doraemon where it's been on for like 50 years.
Oh, it's like a Japanese.
And it just follows the family. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay,
that's like a kid's show though. It's like Pokemon. Pokemon's huge everywhere.
Doraemon's a kid's show.
Yeah, but Doraemon actually has an audience with people who like grow up and still like it. Whereas I think that show, it's like a SpongeBob. We're not gonna grow up and still watch SpongeBob. But we'll grow up and watch like Teen Titans or Adventure Time.
Yeah, true.
Like if you had the option, it's like SpongeBob and Adventure Time. I'm gonna go watch Adventure Time. I'm not gonna go watch SpongeBob.
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, I love Doraemon in the day.
Yeah, I remember Doraemon's like the Adventure Time for them.
I remember the first time I watched Doraemon. I was sick one day, and I was doing the normal like Murray, Wheel of Fortune, daytime television. And I switched to like Disney XD or something, and Doraemon was on. I was like,
I forgot you used to do that.
Yeah, and I was like, cartoon? That's crazy. I've never seen this before. I'm like, low-key, this kind of hit pretty hard. And then I started watching it more and more, and I think that was actually truly my first anime.
It's your big three?
No, but I think it was actually, now that I think about it.
You watched it on Disney XD though. Disney XD's not that old. You tell me you never watched Toonami? Because Toonami outdates Disney XD.
I didn't watch Toonami until I was in middle school.
I think
Disney XD did.
Because I was a good boy and I went to sleep at 8:30.
Yeah.
Bro, or like 9.
You guys never had summer?
Dude, I like slept 9 to 8.
What?
That was like my sleep schedule in summer. Well, because in summer I was doing all these like sports camps, so it's like,
and like
I was exhausted.
Elementary school?
Yeah. Like baseball, basketball, football, PC, all this stuff. Like I was doing all these camps and stuff. So like, I needed my sleep, and then I wake up and I'm doing back-to-back shit until 5 p.m. and then I eat dinner and I go to sleep.
Yeah. They used to air Naruto Shippuden on Disney XD. That's how I discovered Naruto. It was even like an anime. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I read Naruto. So I was
didn't
like,
know this. Oh, you can continue.
Oh yeah, that was it. Like I read Naruto, so when I saw anime, I'm like, what's this?
No, apparently my dad used to watch Naruto with me, and like he's like, oh, that's an anime, and I'm like, yeah, you know, we, because I was in 4th grade or something. I got this like game, because he had this game on his phone where like you guess characters from like TV shows, and like every once in a while it'll throw up like anime, like just every once in a while. Usually it's like live action shows, but it would like throw up animes, or like I guess it's like different categories too. So you do like food, stuff like that, and it gives you a picture and you have to like guess it or whatever. And I remember one time he's like, hey, this is Naruto. Do you remember what his last name was? And I was like, Shippuden? I don't know. Like it was a ship something, because like I never actually watched the show, and I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, and I just remember like the show being called like Naruto ship something, and I was like, I
Right.
can't remember what it's called. I remember looking it up. It's like Uzu Mekai. He's like, okay, and then went off. But we were talking about it. Yeah, Avatar: Last Airbender and Naruto. We used to watch together when I was a kid. I didn't even know. It's crazy how you just forget things like that.
Avatar's not even that old. It's like 2008, right?
Yeah, but I mean, 7 years old.
You don't remember that when you're 7?
No, I remember watching it. I just remember my dad. I remember my dad was
okay.
there. I don't remember him actively watching it with me.
Flex on Jose right quick by saying you remember your dad was there.
Editor, throw
Editor, the sad clip of Jose.
do the Megamind? No, Dad.
No, Dad. Yeah, go ahead, do that, editor. Make that meme real quick and then throw it up there. I'm sure there already was one. It's like fathers, because of father's behaviors, like fatherless or
Fatherless?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But it's just crazy how like you remember certain things.
Yeah.
My dad's like so against anime. So I have no memories of that. But I have memories with my brother. Me and my brother have a lot of good memories of anime. We watched Dragon Ball Z a lot when we were kids.
Mm.
We watched apparently Bleach and One Piece as well, which I didn't remember. But Bleach, One Piece, and Dragon Ball. Never Naruto though. And I realized that my brother watched Naruto like separately, and he was like, I didn't think you would like it, Gabe. It wasn't for you. I was like, I don't know why it's not for me.
And then you saw Daddy Minato and you're like, Naruto?
Dude, Daddy Minato.
Go look at your YouTube. It's the Minato.
So I like Minato. That's it.
Go in your room, bro. You have a body pillow right there.
No shot. Don't do
Editor,
that.
pull the picture. Pull the picture.
I have a statue of Madara. If anything, you could say Daddy Madara, but ain't no Daddy Minato.
Statue of Mother?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
up on
gave
his-
it
Oh,
to
that
me.
one.
it's
Yeah.
up, yeah. What was I gonna say? No, it's just crazy.
Cause he just assumed, he was like, yeah, you're a Bleach and Dragon Ball fan. You like the giant like flashy fights. I'm like, yeah, but like, you don't think when I grew up I was gonna like eventually like Naruto? He's like, nah. Cause he's like, we watched Avatar. You saw Avatar was mid. I was like, yeah. He's like, so you don't like grounded shows? I'm like, that's not how it works. I just didn't like Avatar.
Avatar, there's some times where it's just slow.
Avatar just wasn't for me, right? That doesn't mean that I don't like anything grounded. I'm not some monkey brain Dragon Ball
Feel like
fan.
big fight, big explosions.
Big fight. Dragon Ball #1 anime. Nothing's topping
Oh,
it.
there's money on me. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do
It's
that.
So I was like,
Putting
I
out
thought you do
Jose.
that. I'm like, oh, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
out.
Jose Monkey Brain.
he is. He's middle school brain.
Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's more like a middle school brain. I wouldn't say monkey brain. I would classify Eduardo as a
True.
monkey brain.
Yeah. And where I was like, they're talking too
But then,
much.
but he likes shit like Your Lie in April, which I know he liked it. He'd only watched it for a girl, but then he only talked about it for like 6 months.
Yeah, but currently he couldn't really explain anything on why he likes about it. I think it was solely like he was
For the girl.
coochie minded.
Yeah.
Like I actually like Your Lie in April, but I don't think Eduardo likes it the same way I do.
Coochie minded.
He doesn't like good shows. Like
Because
Yeah,
if you
he-
think about his anime, he likes
His
he
JoJo
loves-
stuff, he likes it because it's bizarre, not like anything else
He thinks
about
it's
it.
weird,
Crazy.
Yeah,
quirky.
he
Yeah.
likes Baki, he likes
Baki.
JoJo, like.
Yeah.
I keep getting recommendations on Baki. I'm like, it's on the list.
You gotta
Calm
watch
down.
Baki.
I was like, it's on
It's
the
good
list.
monkey brain
Yeah,
concept.
it's on my list too, but I want to watch more intellectual
Like, okay,
stuff.
my dad and I have been watching. My dad and I have
Wow,
One
roast
Piece,
Baki there.
like One Piece.
This is deep, sue me.
Did y'all see that one I sent you where it was like, he's like, yeah, all One Piece arcs are the same. You know, they show up on the island, peak arc.
Oh, yeah,
They show up
I
on the
saw that.
island, peak arc. They show up on the island, peak arc.
Like, oh yeah, Poon Poon. He read Poon Poon, didn't understand anything, so yeah. Perfect.
No, we were
example.
watching Breaking Bad, and it showed up, and my dad's like, because it was like El Camino, Better Call Saul, like for like, you know, when you pause
Yeah.
it, it'll like show up recommendations. And it was all these, and it was like, Bucky? I was like, calm down.
Alright.
I don't know how it's based off of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But okay.
They both have bees.
They
We
both
know
have
you like it, Tyler.
Yeah.
Bucky.
We know you like Breaking Bad, so we know you like Bucky.
Come on, just go ahead and throw it on.
Yeah, just-
Take a break from Breaking
Click the
Bad.
button. Click the button. And I'm like, no, we're good.
I'll get to it.
I'll
I
get
don't
to
know
it.
what my next like big anime watch is. I kind of have like nothing. I kind of just
finished
devolved
Firewatch.
into a manga reader. I don't really watch anime anymore unless it's like weeklies with someone like artist or
Right.
artist.
Artist,
I guess it's just
Artist
artist or
artist.
sometimes Eddie. It's
Mm.
never really anyone else
Right.
because I don't watch anything. Oh, I usually binge stuff if I watch it with Eduardo. Like I'll watch Odd Taxi and Link Click with him, but those are usually binges. I never like watch anything weekly with him because he's a loser.
Right.
He's inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He also like smells bad.
Smell it through the Discord. Smell-o-vision. Yeah, I got you.
He literally has the virgin walk. Editor, throw up the
You got-
virgin walk.
The fuck's
He
a
won't throw it
virgin
up. He's
walk?
biased. He won't throw it up.
Devin, you got the Chad walk.
Yeah.
When you got the version.
You've never seen Virgin? Remember, because Eddie
Oh,
drew
never mind.
it.
Yeah. It's the Chad. It's the Chad.
Yeah.
It's the Virgin Walk. What the fuck's the Virgin Walk?
Yeah, that's how Eduardo walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
I mean, I already didn't want to watch One Piece till I told him I was gonna watch One Piece with a girl I was interested in, but
True.
kind of fake for that.
At this point, if you don't want
He
to
also watched it with her without you.
Yeah, I know.
He did?
Yeah,
I wanna
he
hear
was
the
like,
details.
he was
What's
like,
up?
bet we can watch it right now while Devin's gone.
And he was there when I said, "Hey, you want to watch One Piece with me?" And she was like, "Yeah." And it's like kind of fake, but
Classic Eduardo. I mean, it goes back to episode 9. Eduardo's fake.
Eduardo is fake.
whatever.
Eduardo's big fake. Now at this point, he don't want to watch Peak. He ain't gotta watch Peak. It's all good. If he wants to miss out, he's too monkey brain to understand the underlying themes.
Of
Like,
One Piece.
I didn't realize fishermen were slaves. Okay.
I mean, they
I
kind of
don't
throw it in the
think-
face, like.
It's Eduardo. We're talking about Deven.
One Piece ain't that deep. Like they have like deep things. It's very like
In your face.
yeah,
true.
like this is what's happening.
It's
Lucy's
Eduardo.
gonna stop it.
Yeah.
It's Eduardo.
That's why I think One Piece has such a good following, because it's so like in your face and nothing. You don't really have to look deep for anything in One Piece. It's not like
I do love conspiracies though. About One
Poo-poo.
Piece.
That's cool. but-
Like, boom, boom.
it's not like Poon Poon. You gotta like, it's kind of just like in your face. If you miss the themes of One Piece, you're just stupid.
Yeah, true.
I didn't understand that Fishman Island was slavery, and you're dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
You're actually
just dumb.
It actually shows them like, yeah, we were slaves.
Yeah, they say we were slaves.
Yeah, I
We
didn't
as
understand. One Piece is so deep.
No, but I do love One Piece conspiracy theories though.
It's like if people like that or like
So
think that's deep. I wonder what happens if you show them actual like deep show. They'll blow. That's not a show, but yeah, they'll blow their mind.
Show. Breaking Bad's.
Even something like Naruto, like they have like underlying themes.
Yeah.
And, like
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of Naruto fans do miss the Naruto themes.
Yeah, that's
like
that's
Jose, monkey brain over there, middle school brain.
Yeah.
He misses a lot of them. So yeah, it's pretty easy. I think Naruto actually has better deep themes than One Piece does. Anyway.
Oh yeah. For
In
sure.
general, Naruto's a very thematic-based story because he, Kishimoto said when he wrote every arc, he wanted to see what's the theme of the arc before he wrote it. So he
Yeah.
kind of had an idea of what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think Oda thinks that. Oda just thinks like, how can I keep building on this world and keep going further?
Yeah.
He's not really thinking about themes like that
Yeah, it's
too
a different,
much.
it's a different type of writing
Yeah.
and storytelling.
Both peak for all the people listening.
Going back to what I said earlier, like
Gotta
about
cover
the
our bases.
prequel thing. Like I do hope if he does do a prequel, he evolves his writing to be like the newer gen of manga and not
Talking
this
about,
whole like
Oda or Kishimoto.
Oda
Okay, yeah.
prequel for
Roger and
yeah. I hope
Okay.
he becomes like more aware that his old style is very slow and he'll be 80 by the time he finishes it if he keeps going. I hope him to like evolve and to be like, what's a good pace? Jujutsu
My
Kaisen,
Hero.
Black Clover, My Hero, the new stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're better paced than that. I don't know, I think Black Clover is actually kind of slower.
Yeah, I was gonna say Black Clover's
Black
a little
Clover kind
slower.
of is the
But I think like
it has a mix of the old
Oh
gen.
yeah, I
My
will say like
Hero.
I've been rewatching Black Clover and they kind of
Black
yeah.
Clover has a mixture of the old gen and new gen with it.
Mhm.
That's why I think it's like there's like a niche people who like Black Clover and who hate Naruto because it's like right in between there.
Even though
Even though they're like kind of
it's
similar.
pretty. Black Clover's effectively Naruto with magic.
Not really.
I don't want to do that to Black Clover
I
because
wouldn't really
after
say that.
rewatching it, I gain a new appreciation
Mm.
for Black Clover. I'm like, oh, I actually find myself kind of enjoying this.
More
Mhm.
than Naruto?
Okay, no, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
That's his
I
undisputed
needed to
number
make
one.
a stance on the podcast.
But no, it's cool.
Yeah, I like Black. I need to catch up. I'm like 15 or 17 behind.
I
I was just at this point, I'm gonna wait for they finish the arc and I'm gonna binge it. Because Black Clover's
Like
easy
I've
binge.
already seen spoilers for what happens.
I haven't.
I haven't.
Like with Austin and stuff like that.
I think I've
Bro.
seen like one potential fight, but even then, like nothing's been spoiled.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not gonna fight. Like just Austin. Like
Who? Austin who? Why'd you stop talking?
I didn't want to spoil it. I
Spoil
mean, it's not
who?
a spoiler. It's a
That's
minor.
who the
spoiler.
two manga readers and our viewers who never verbally said they care about Black Clover.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. Just which they already have. It's like Asta and Yami, they're like fighting like the devil.
Oh, yeah, that dude.
Oh, that's
I
in
think
the
everyone's
anime.
seen that on
Isn't
TikTok,
that in
though.
the anime?
Yeah, it's in the anime.
Yeah, so it's not even like
It's not
really
a manga spoiler.
manga spoiler. I'm talking about like I've seen manga spoilers.
Oh, I thought the
Yeah.
manga. I thought the manga ended.
No.
No. Still
What's
going.
ending?
It
Fire
should have
Force did.
ended.
Fire Force
Me and
did.
Tyler both agree this arc should be the final arc,
It-
but it won't
honestly,
be.
what are they
He
gonna
said
do
it won't
beyond
be.
What do you? Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, I
Because like
told
right now
you.
they're doing like, and you know this like devils and shit
Yeah.
like that. Wait, angels, gods? Like, what are you gonna go? I guess.
I mean,
this
that'll
really
the next
should
step.
be the last arc, but he won't make it the last arc.
I mean, I thought the anime was ending, wasn't it? Or
The
was it going
anime
on
been ended.
hiatus?
I thought
Anime
it was. I
ended.
thought it was like ending until like so he can catch like he
Yeah,
can get
'cause
it really
they
far
wanna
ahead
give,
and
like,
do like
filler,
a
I guess.
like a season 2 type thing, right?
Did y'all
Probably. I think they're
Like
doing like
part
a fairy
two.
tale thing where
Yeah, it
fairy
was like
tale
final
ended
season,
and they
yeah.
came back for a final
Did
season.
y'all see? I saw something on Twitter the other day, and it transferred over to TikTok about like One Piece taking like a forever hiatus for some reason.
Forever? What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I don't know. I probably like something stupid.
I mean,
but-
people talked about after 1043, Oda was gonna take a hiatus, but it's actually after 1046 he's gonna take a hiatus.
It was something stupid, like something got leaked, and then like One Piece put like a tweet like, "All right, we're going on hiatus." I don't know. It's probably something faked.
Or was it like maybe the
Probably.
animation?
I know,
studio, like
because
Toei?
I know Toei got hacked, and a lot of their stuff got delayed because
Yeah.
of that. Like the Dragon Ball Super movies getting delayed. One Piece anime is on delayed right now. But I don't think that should do anything with Oda. I don't think Oda really cares what Toei does. I didn't see that. You're playing a dangerous game looking up One Piece on Twitter, Devin.
I looked at One Piece hiatus. Okay. Apparently, it's the anime taking a hiatus.
Yeah, that's what I told you, because Toei got hacked.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, honestly,
What'd you say?
this should take a hiatus.
Honestly, I think One Piece should just end after Wano. Let him finish this next arc and just make it a final season.
Because they didn't say it's gonna be like
The last
And
arc,
it's like the last arc. It's gonna be like the
biggest. He said it's to be the biggest war arc.
the biggest
in
war arc.
manga history.
And
He didn't say
knowing Oda,
longest.
it's probably gonna be like
the longest.
the longest. By biggest, he means like
I don't
300
know.
chapters.
I don't think it can be, because if you think about it, Kingdom is a whole war arc and it's 700 chapters. So can he repeat 700 chapters as a war arc? I don't think he can.
It's Oda we're talking about.
He's not. He wants to end it by 2024.
Oh.
Not 24, 2025.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna be able to get
I
that.
thought we had 5
threshold.
years or 4 years now.
5 years as of 2020. So it'd have been 2025. Is the cutoff. But knowing him, he'll probably go a little
But
bit
yeah, I was
over.
just saying, the question is like,
He'll go a
is he,
little
though?
over. I don't think he's gonna go too far over to get to 700.
Honestly, I think he should just keep going to hit the 75th anniversary.
And then even then, no matter what he does, he's not gonna catch to Kingdom because Kingdom's not done, and Kingdom's not even close to be done. He's like 60% done, he said. So he won't even be able to catch Kingdom if he wanted to.
So biggest work, maybe it's like the biggest is in like popularity or like size.
I think by biggest he meant like size, like of the cast. I think that's what he meant.
I mean, think about his world.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard Kingdom has a big world too, but I think it's
Yeah.
different.
I think
Because
yeah,
like
it's
this would be a contained war arc, whereas I think all of Kingdom is just a war. So it's like not really an arc. It's just the theme
it's
of
like
the show.
a war story. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like in Vinland Saga. It's like a war going on, but it's not a war arc. You wouldn't really call it.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, we can continue.
I mean, I think.
I think he already picked up right there.
Oh,
alright.
they're going in.
Editor,
Okay,
cut
good.
that part
Yeah.
out.
He cut it out the silence basically. I hope.
You
I'll
did
have
say
to-
pause, right?
I'll have to. I did, yeah. I'll have to rewatch and see if the editor did his job. He probably didn't. Editor sucks.
Yeah,
Low-key,
too
if-
bad.
If this episode sucks, or editor, I might have to break some bones.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna get a new editor. It's gonna be you still.
oh, okay. I'm
Let's-
say,
let's put-
Eddie did offer to edit our Jowp podcast.
Oh, he did?
What are the odds we're actually gonna see a no father
No
or
father?
fatherless?
Probably low.
Yeah, because that takes
Our editor's
that's
very
gonna take
lazy.
time. That's gonna
Yeah,
take
he's
time.
so
like,
lazy.
He does the very bare minimum he can.
yeah.
That's just his personality. Honestly,
But I
I'm
like
glad
it.
your
I
editor's
love
not
it
on
so
the
much
this
having
episode.
stuff just pop up. Because don't get me wrong, like I love listening, but there's just something about when y'all say something and it's just like it pops up on the screen.
Yeah, and then you
It's
can
just
know.
it like makes me want to interact more with the video.
Exactly.
Like
I mean,
you're already gonna get the full 2 hours or hour and a half from me. You're gonna get full time. You're gonna get a like. You might get probably gonna get a comment. But like it makes me want to interact more with the video.
Exactly.
I bet you.
What was that?
The cat's talking.
Jose like beating up the cat or something. Oh, I'm so sure. I bet you can find another editor, to be honest.
Probably. But
Hey,
as
once
of
I
right
start
now,
racking in like camera views, then you could probably like hire an editor.
true. I might see what Eddie's doing. I might try and get Eddie to be an editor if,
You know what you
if
should
this
do?
editor keeps up.
It might be too much, but you could send him like a segment and be like, edit this for what you think is adequate, and then see his editing style.
I kind of want to, because I was telling this to Tyler. Hopefully, by the time this episode comes out, I would have already done it. Hopefully, maybe not though. But I was thinking about doing clips. I would edit them, or maybe
Yeah,
I
I
could get to
think
Eddie.
I think clips would be like so I used
to film the clips on TikTok.
Well, just like you could also
yeah,
post
it would be
on
from
TikTok.
TikTok,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But and that's why I say I want to get the Minecraft parkour, so we could like
Yeah.
have Minecraft parkour with
Yeah.
that. But like things like people like Small Ant. Like I don't ever see videos suggested. It's always like 10-second clips or 15-second clips or 30-second clips, and it has millions of views. I mean, it's Small Ant, obviously, he's gonna rack in views. But like I've been with this guy since he had like 10K viewers or followers or subscribers. So it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
so it's like he really grew when he started clipping stuff.
Yeah,
A lot of creators, especially in this day and age, are growing a lot from TikTok. So
Yeah.
that was the whole idea of the DEA, because like it was just like random segments of us saying the most outlandish shit and then posting on TikTok.
I've never heard any of these things. I've never
You
been
should
around for
record
the
one.
DEA.
Get Eddie. Oh, that's perfect. Y'all
Eddie is
record
gonna
a
edit
DEA. Eddie can edit the that one, and then we can see how Eddie's editing style is.
That was the plan already. I think Eddie's gonna do it eventually. He just got Premiere Pro, and he got OBS, so he can start recording. So he did plan on doing it. We'll just have to see when he does it. But I mean, I'll edit the clips. That's fine. It's just to see like if as Eddie as an editor for the whole.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, see how he does with his version, the DEA, and then you can do the Jowp.
And also give Eddie an opportunity to hear the podcast since he doesn't listen to it, so he would actually know what we talk about.
Yeah.
True. So we wouldn't have to explain so we don't have to explain a whole in joke to him that we said on here, like the whole what we do, the Civil War thing. They explain the whole context to. I didn't want to. I was like, you just have to be there. I'm not gonna explain the whole context to you. Yeah. Which I don't think that episode came out yet, right?
Is that episode?
Yeah, he hasn't come out yet.
Oh yeah, it comes out. It comes out literally tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait to eat it. Man, skip the Zero thing, bro. Watch that.
I gotta vote the straw.
You could skip the 3x3 and then come back to it when you go back.
I watched them in order. I'm a real fan.
No, come back.
You're not a part skipper.
No, so we're not a part skipper here.
I need your opinion.
I made Gracie watch part 1 and 2. I made her. We don't part skip.
Tyler's gonna have to watch it in order. Okay, well, we'll get to it. We'll see how the viewers think about.
Oh, how long is?
Should I make a straw poll on that episode too?
All right.
Whose side are you on? No one's picking my side after what I said on that episode.
Oh yeah, on that episode, yeah. But surprisingly,
on like the other take, I think I'd have people on my side.
So how long is the? I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind.
How long is what?
I was like, I can watch it and then have it end perfectly at 12 noon, and that's when I start watching the next episode.
Maybe.
They're usually always like it should be illegal to be this early. I hate seeing stuff like that on TikTok.
Oh my god, it should be illegal to be this early.
I'm like, that's a cool video. What are the commentators say? It should be illegal to be this early. Not me stalking your page so I can be early. It's like,
all right, cringe kid.
And it's like I don't know, I don't know, something random, and it's conversation invoking, and I want to see the conversations in the comments. And it's just, I'm early. Does the king respond?
Yeah, I hate those. I was like, oh, there's like 13 comments. Maybe I'll get a good like comment section here. Nope, it's just early first. She hot or like something like that.
I saw one. I forgot to send it to y'all. And this guy's like, I'm so fucking horny right now. What? And someone responded with the Daredevil dog. And then he responded back and he's like, what was it? I think it was someone Mega Mind. I don't know. It was hilarious. Like this they're just going on video after video just responding. It was hilarious.
Sometimes the comment section just make posts better.
Which
I wish we had a comment section. That'd be so fun to actually read it.
I try my best.
I mean, you're only one guy though.
Yeah.
Our viewership is very low. Maybe the clips will help it because maybe we could grow on TikTok.
So, yeah, and then you can get comments on the clips.
I didn't know. Did you guys know? Because I'm sure Deven probably knew. Eddie used to post on TikTok, right? You knew that, right?
I saw.
Yeah. So Eddie used to post on TikTok. He was actually pretty big. He had like 1 million viewed video on TikTok.
Really? What did he have?
I don't. It was like a meme.
Yeah, they're mainly memes.
Yeah, that's what he was. He was a meme channel. I was like, if you can pull those type of views, then Eddie, your DA might pop off then.
Yeah, that's why you get a DA on the JWP.
Because that's what he was telling me he's gonna post it on his TikTok, and I was like, do you even have followers? He's like, yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, because I forgot he used to do that. It was like 3 years ago.
How many
when
followers
he did that.
You know?
It's like 400, but he quit doing videos like 3 years ago. He's probably lost followers, but he still has a decent amount, and he can just keep growing. And even now, TikTok is bigger now than it was when he first posted that.
Especially for stuff like this.
And even if you have no followers, because like that one.
Yeah, your For You page would just show up random videos all the time.
Yeah, like I saw the views, how many views I got on that one random TikTok I posted. It got 600 views. I'm like,
yeah, so much easier to get views on TikTok than it is on YouTube because it just like randomly spreads out.
Yeah, I think it's funny though the way the For You page works, because I check the inbox for what y'all send me 2 times a week. I do it Mondays and Thursdays. That's when I check.
Why is it a schedule thing?
Well, because like it's usually like when I'm usually the most free, so like I have time just to scroll, and I'll just like go to the.
You got like 100 videos to watch then, because like I won't check it for a whole day, and I'll get like 20. I'm like,
from Eduardo.
From who?
Eduardo.
From a collective. I'm like, all right.
I let it go for a week. I had 99 plus, and I clicked on it. It was like 10 Deven, like 10 Gabe with like some comments.
Is Jose the majority here?
Yeah.
99 plus Eduardo.
Oh, Eduardo? Really?
I was like,
Eduardo do be on TikTok a lot.
like
He doesn't send me anything.
editor, if you're listening, phenomenal content you're sending. However, I just looked at it and I was like, I'm not watching this. And I scrolled off and just got the notification away. I was like, I'm not watching 99 videos, bro. What is saying on it? Okay,
check it more frequently.
Okay,
Why you check 2 times a week?
Okay, listen. If it was like, because there's 6 people that send me videos, and it's just Jowp, like the 7, but minus me. So there's 6. I would take 20 from each of y'all, adding up to 120 before I look at 99 from Eduardo. Or like 99 from any one person, because it's different, because it's like different taste. And all Eduardo is just like lean beef patty or like someone like shaking her ass, and I'm like, I this is a For You page, Eduardo, not a For Me page. But anyways, back to my thing. I think it's funny when I see videos on my For You page, and then I go to the inbox, and it's all just videos that y'all sent me, but I've already seen them because they were just on my For You page.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I saw one last night. Gracie walked in. It was a girl shaking her ass, which is not common for my For You page. I don't ever have that. I usually have like anime or like workouts or stuff like that. And I was like, looking at it, she's like, why are you like investigating this girl's ass? And I'm like, it's just like random. Like, why is this on my For You page? And I was like, oh, it must have been something Eduardo sent me. I was like, no, like I'm up to date on the Eduardo stuff. Like, there's no way he sent me this. So I went to the comments. Top comment was someone I'm following. He's like, I'm gonna make a video on this. Next video was his video reacting to that video. He was like, there's enough cake here to last me 25 birthdays. I was like, it just makes me laugh how like the For You page reacts to stuff like that, like the interactions and stuff like that. We were talking about it, and you're like, oh, that's the For You page. It's still random, like stuff that I've never seen before.
They recommended it for you because the guy you followed made a video about it.
But
that's probably why.
I just thought that was funny. I was looking in the comments. I was like, interesting.
That is
the next video.
That is my favorite part about TikTok. Like when you get a video and then like you swipe up and there's a video commenting about that video, or like they're part of the connected universe. I'm like, what is this?
Or you see like the comments like cinematic universe where it's like, I just fell on my knees at Target, bro. I just saw someone fall on their knees at Target.
I love seeing those that like traverse different videos. Like, cause like, okay, when it's all in one comment section, that's different. Cause I'm an iFunny OG, so like that shit happens all the time, just randomly. Yeah. But like, when you have 2 completely unrelated posts, like I fell on my knees at Target. Yo, this bozo was at Target on his knees. It's like, I'm like red line. I'm like, what's the connection? There's something here I'm not seeing.
Over the years, the comment section comedy has definitely leveled up.
For sure.
But then you also end up, I think it's not that it necessarily leveled up. I think that if you imagine like a number line and you have a bell curve and you have like good versus bad, I think it just got wider. So it's like now we're seeing more good, but we're also seeing, does the king respond early? Is it illegal to be this early? She's hot. Like you see like both.
I mean, those stuff always existed though. I think they're just remnants of
I think I'm getting a lot
days.
of, because recently I'm getting a lot of early videos, like 2 minutes fresh out the oven videos, and it's always stuff like that. So I think we're just like,
maybe.
I think we're expanding the bell curve. Editor? He doesn't know what the bell curve is.
I don't even know what the bell curve was.
It's a stat.
I think thing. I don't know.
It's the curve that shows like most people are going to be in the middle, and then
Editor can throw up the bell curve. You can Google it. Don't be lazy.
Google bell curve.
Google bell curve and then show it in the podcast.
Oh yeah.
For audio only listeners, I'm sure you know what a bell curve is. You guys are probably very intelligent.
I mean, they follow the podcast.
Yeah, they follow the podcast. They're obviously intellectuals.
We are the most, like I'm just saying, most intellectual podcast.
Just saying, I checked the stats. Top 75 anime podcast. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Not gonna say what number, but top 75. Hey,
It's like I don't want to say numbers, but we're top 87.
top 87. Not to be hyper specific. So we could be 1, could be 87, maybe somewhere in between. I mean, up to you.
Yeah, it's up to. It really does. It is up to them.
We're climbing the ranks, but
It's up to you. If you would like us to be higher than top 75, maybe just like show it to your friend.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good
True.
stuff, all the good things.
Hopefully the TikTok does do well. Because I want to also...
I think it will.
I was telling Tyler, I'm going to go back from 1, and I'm going to start making clips from there to like catch up to now. And since it's been so long since we've recorded those episodes, it'll be new for me too. Because was that like almost half a year ago when we started? Because we're on episode like
August
30 almost, so it's been half a year ago.
Because we said like September-ish last year.
Yeah.
it was definitely during the fall.
Yeah.
So it's like half a year ago. Of course I'm going to forget. Even though I said it, I'm still going to forget the things I say.
Yeah.
Because when I come on the podcast, I say anything, but it doesn't mean I'm going to remember it.
Yeah.
You could even have something like a Eduardo's fake montage. This is greatest moments of him being fake.
That's
And it's
too
like,
much.
tick, 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 you know, like the Krillin death count? Like, tick, 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 tick. It's just a
I think that would
montage.
just go into like your episode. With your episode 9, we talked about all his fake moments there.
We did,
well, not
yeah.
all of them, but like we
a
talked about
lot.
some of his fake
Quite
moments.
a bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you reference them enough to where you could have a counter. That'd be
I feel like
cool.
that's
we got like
that's a Reddit
we got like
detective job.
the JCU, the Jowp Cinematic Universe. You
I
have all
think-
these interconnected things.
Counter stuff is like a Reddit detective thing to do, not my job.
Yeah.
If they want to
Dude,
find
wait
it
till
out,
we get a sub.
they can do it. If
Deven.
that's a big if. We have to get big enough for
That'd be
it.
crazy though.
It would be fun.
That would be. I would enjoy looking at the subreddit.
Or
memes
got,
and
like,
the
you got, like-
joke memes. Oh my god.
yeah,
Dude, imagine, like-
they'd be chef's
Imagine
kiss.
like the subreddit Saturday, or subreddit Sundays.
I mean, I guess we could do it on the Jowp channel. It would probably. I would say I would probably do it most
On your
likely.
own
I would
channel?
react to it on like
Yeah.
my own. Well, I wouldn't do it on my channel. I would do it on this channel, but I think it would just be me
oh,
reacting.
you react to it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would just make comments about it, cause like that's what Connor does for Trash Taste. He's the only one who reacts to it on like stream at least. I'm sure Joey and Garn read it and look at it, but they don't like react to it on stream or anything.
Well, I think it's because he's been doing a lot more streams
streaming.
lately.
Yeah,
So it's
Ooh.
like that's content.
they've gotten into it a lot recently. I've seen Joey streaming a lot more.
Yeah, but like he's like over time been more
Yeah.
into it.
No, I've always wanted to see memes about our stuff are always fun. To like,
God, there's like I feel like there's so, especially if you clip them. Like once the
True.
clips get out, there's so many times where I'm just envisioning this would make a perfect meme. Maybe because like
Tyler when he sees woman.
You're like, oh.
Wait, no comments.
Deven when he's child.
They don't do
True.
that. They do that.
Eduardo when he sees real, gone. I don't know. every meme we've done so far doesn't translate out to the files. They don't know what we're doing. We're just like saying the meme and then acting it out.
You can give it the two counterparts, like Tyler when he's woman, Eduardo sees woman. Like this,
Or
or it's scared.
Have you ever seen the meme where it's like certain levels to it and like the brain keeps like
Yeah, it
evolving
keeps
into it? It's like
expanding, yeah.
people who listen to the JOWP podcast, people who listen to it and understand the motions they're doing.
Oh my god.
That'd be insane. If there were people who listened to our podcast and knew what
Okay,
motions we're
I
doing,
think you're
they were cracked.
Not only that, well, that in and of itself, they would be cracked if they can understand the intricate, high level, high IQ motions that we do off camera.
True.
You know, you made it big when someone does an animated series on you.
I want to jump in.
You know, they take a clip and they make like just like they just animate it.
Yeah.
Like that would be phenomenal.
And that would be another thing. I don't know. Also, I think the main reason I wanted to do the clip thing is because I feel like our channel is a little just like one thing a week, which it is. It's just one thing a week. And maybe the clips would give us more to have. So we can
I
have,
think
like,
it'll help a
3
lot
videos
too.
a week, maybe.
Once you get a camera, then you can start doing more,
it'd make
more
clips
stuff.
better for sure.
Not
but
really specials, but you can do more stuff.
I think we'd have to move the studio probably to in there if we got a camera because this area is too like wide. It doesn't really fit for a camera look.
You can do cooking videos,
Cooking videos.
meal prepping with Gabe.
Yeah.
Meal prepping, but my meal prepping takes like 6 minutes, maybe 10.
That's 6 minutes of content.
It's
And
not very
you throw in a
entertaining.
2-minute sponsor. That's easy.
All I do is sit there, throw stuff in, make the ingredients, play music, and then just sit there and wait for it to be done cooking.
So then just like spice it up.
By talking,
Yeah.
Or get a
I feel like I
fire
can only
editor.
do like meal prepping video if it was a stream, so I have chat to talk to. I couldn't like just talk to a camera.
I got you.
I got you.
But yeah, it would make sense to move it in there.
Yeah, we need it in a more enclosed area.
It also kind of like goes with the, I don't want to say a theme of like an anime podcast. Like,
Yeah,
it kinda
because my
fits more.
room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you have more like memorabilia.
I'd have
Stuff.
I'd have the bookshelf in the background. They'd be like, "Oh, yo, they got Pika up there
You
pointing at
could-
domestic girlfriend."
True. You could even expand it too.
True.
Have
we
the whole
could.
series. Do you have the whole series or do you just have one?
Of what?
Domestic girlfriend.
I don't have the whole series of anything. I don't think.
Death Note.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's the only thing.
Berserk.
No,
Oh, you have most of it. You have
cause
7 volumes.
everything I have on my bookshelf except for like Berserk and except for like a handful of things, because I know some things I do. Most of them are not completed yet. Like
Mhm.
Grand Blue, Jujutsu Kaisen, they're not finished, so I couldn't have a Spy Family. I couldn't have them all anyways.
Yeah.
I have every available volume of Grand Blue, but it's obviously not over yet, so I can't.
There was this one subscription thing I saw. It's $2 a month, and basically bookstores send you like a couple manga every month.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
was
cool.
kind of like wanting to subscribe because it's never gonna be something that you really want, but you
It
never
could
know.
be.
It could be.
Yeah,
You never know.
I kind of wanted to try that too.
'Cause
It
I was
sounded
like-
good.
My
It sounded like a
feet
cool
pick
idea.
Because like the guy I was telling you about earlier, who like does exclusively One Piece stuff, he's the one that said like don't. Like, he's the one. I think he's the one that I sent to you about the translating company saying don't look online for spoilers, because he does that and he's like, you know, sometimes it's only one manga, like one chapter, and sometimes it's 10. Like you
Mhm.
know, it's just whatever the stores have excess stuff that isn't selling. So he has like a whole bookshelf, like a whole wall of manga, and he's like, this is like a couple of years of just doing this, and every month I'll get 10, I'll get 5, I get 3, and just throw them on and organize.
Maybe I'll do it for like a couple months, see what I get.
Yeah, I'd be very. It's only $2 too.
Because I did get a mystery box once before from I don't know what website. Even if I did, we're not going to give him free promo. But I did get one. I think that's where I got Way of the Household Husband and
That's a good one.
what else did I get? This is something else. It's on my bookshelf. I can't remember, but that was one of them. And I was like, Way of the Household is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good read. But I'm not
I
gonna
love
do it
seeing
again.
clips.
funny.
That's why I can't wait to watch it. It looks so funny.
It's funny.
dude.
I think the anime is.
The anime is
You
a
should watch.
slideshow.
You should watch
Yeah.
Grand Blue, Devin.
The anime
Comedy.
is a
Yeah.
PowerPoint.
That's what
Grand
I
Blue is
heard.
amazing though.
You should actually. The anime does really good too.
I hear
Like,
about
think it
Grand
is-
Blue. Is this a newer or the older?
No, it's old.
It's older. I mean, it's monthly and there's 80.
2014
75.
maybe, I think, is when
Yeah.
it started.
So it's monthly 75 divided by 12. Yeah.
How much is that equal to? Quick
Uh,
math boy.
Like 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, about 7. So it's been about 7 years, yeah. I was right. 2014, 2015.
Mm.
Accounting for breaks when he takes breaks. Actually, the 0.5 chapters.
I guess
So it's probably more. Because the 0.5
Well, that's what I'm
chapters
saying.
are
That's why I
monthly as well.
added to it because it's actually 6 to 72. But
Okay. Wouldn't it be
you
like
add the
80?
0.5s,
Because he's at 75, and if you add the 0.5s, it'd be like close to 80, right?
which is roughly 7. So a little,
Okay.
little between 6 and 7 for sure.
Okay.
And then I don't know if he's ever taking a break, but
Yeah.
monthly probably only breaks.
He probably does. Maybe like a 1 month break. And then you have to also say like, did he start on January 1st? You don't know. He could have started some
Like he should have started like December
September
31st or something. Yeah.
So
No, Grand Blue. I just caught up to it.
So what is Grand Blue? I always
It's
hear
a diving
it's a
anime.
straight comedy manga, effectively. It is
It
diving.
also has Eduardo in it too.
True. One of the characters is
You
Eduardo.
had me at comedy.
But it's mainly a comedy manga. That's like kind of what it's advertised as. But
It does
is
a lot
diving.
of. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to say that it's not like deadpan, but it's like expressions. The way that they react to situations is with a comedy. So, for instance, this is one of the panels.
Is that the Booba panel? Oh no, it's not.
No,
that
there's a
one.
Booba panel. I can go back and look
It's
at
the
it.
iconic.
But it's like that's her reacting to something the main character did.
editor don't
it's
the
like-
iconic Booba panel.
Yeah, we'll send it.
Well, that's the reason why I like
I'll show
Booba.
them real quick.
Because
And then you got Eduardo. He's
Which one? Let me
actually no.
see.
This guy's actually a virgin.
True,
He's
that guy is
he's the
Eduardo.
ultra virgin.
If you watch the anime, Devin, that guy is
He's
Eduardo.
literally like known as the ultra virgin,
And Eduardo's seen the shows. Like he knows who we're talking about. He knows it's him.
and he tries to deny it, but you can't. I remember Gracie was looking at my phone because I was showing her this, just the painting, and then I accidentally scrolled this way, and she's like, "Thick cut bacon," because it's the one I sent you, Gabe.
Thick
You're
cup
like,
bacon.
"What bacon
oh
do you
yeah.
like?" And I
Yeah,
was like,
true.
"This." She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. Let me go serious."
Oh, there's the
No,
Booba
but
panel.
Grand
There you
Blue.
go.
Yeah, booba.
Booba.
Booba. Booba. Who's he? Who's he? Booba.
I like how like muscular they are in certain panels. They're so
No, they'll
veiny.
literally go from like, I don't know if you've ever seen my little brother, like skinny as hell, like basic skinny white middle schooler, and then like
Baki.
Arnold Schwarzenegger or Baki. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
amazing.
That's the reason why I love DCEU, because it's that random humor I love.
I think it's a
Blue's
different
very
type of
random.
humor, but yeah, for sure.
There's definitely random aspects to it. Like
Grand
it's just
Blue is my
sometimes
favorite
it's just
comedy.
out of the blue. And yeah, I think you got the Virgin Trio.
True.
The big three.
The
of
big
Virgins.
three, yup. We call them the big three.
And then you got like the fake friends. Like you want some fake friends? There's like 6 of them, and they're all just fake.
Yes, the Grand Blue is peak. Devin.
Grand
You
Blue
gotta read it.
It is the best comedy manga I have ever read.
It's the
No holds barred.
It's the only
the
manga
only
where there's like no other theme other than just like like it's kind of a sports manga, I guess. But
mean,
like I wouldn't really
diving.
consider it a sports manga too much.
Like it's a diving manga. It's a manga about diving. They are in a club about diving. They're in college and diving, but
For the most part, that's not what you're staying for.
I think if you average out like 5 chapters, there's maybe 6 or 7 panels about diving, and it's all just like comedy.
Yeah, I mean, diving is definitely prevalent in every chapter, except for in the beginning.
It's the driving force of everything. Diving is like the driving force, but it's not the main plot, I guess.
Is there an anime for Grand Blue?
Yeah, there's 12
It's
episodes.
11
Okay.
episodes.
Oh,
It's 11 or 12.
11.
It's kind of short.
It is
Sure?
short. Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
Pretty
manga
sure it's
short?
12.
It's not. It's 11.
Is
It's
it
because when
manga
it came out,
The
you
manga
got
is
me
80
questioning myself
chapters,
now.
but it's monthly. No, it's
Yeah.
12. It's for
Oh.
sure 12.
because when it was coming out, it was it was kind of caught up to the manga, so they couldn't do it too much. And then
Oh.
for some reason, sometimes animes just don't get season 2s. You know.
Like Devin, you know my speed feats when it comes to reading. It took me a couple
Yeah,
days to
you
read
know.
this, and it was only 80 chapters.
Man.
So it's like, because each chapter is like 40 or 50 pages, and it's like a lot of dialogue.
Right.
But it's comedy, so it's like comedy dialogue. No, but I would, even the listeners at home, like definitely, I didn't mean touch your toe. I definitely give Grand Blue a
You
try.
got Eduardo salivating with that comment.
Go ahead and pull the picture.
Pull up a picture
see,
of
like-
Eduardo salivating.
You know, like the toes, it's like all the pictures of Gabe's toes just like lined up, like different angles, like through the window
Hey, yo, how'd you even get that angle?
while you're sleeping.
We're on the 5th floor.
While you're sleeping with like the green night vision, like on your toes.
All right, Riddler.
My brother, he has a little girlfriend, right?
Oh, right now?
He's got a little boo thing.
A little Latina girlfriend.
Dang,
He's beat Eduardo already.
Yeah, but he got a girlfriend for Eduardo?
But he took her to go see the Batman movie, and I was like, thoughts? It was alright.
I expect the kid to say it was all right.
I was like, go ahead and watch it in 10 years. Let me know what you think.
Oh, did you see it, Tyler?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
I told
when
you
did
I
see
saw it with Gracie.
Oh.
I didn't. No, I did
It
not.
was
When'd you watch it?
last Friday.
Oh, okay.
Because I was gonna say we could talk about it, but I didn't know you've seen it,
No, I've
so
seen it,
we
yeah.
couldn't talk about it.
Something in the. I had to pee so fucking bad. It's like I knew it was a long movie, and like it got to a point where I was just sitting there, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Like the end, it kind of. They do a lot of like 5-minute scenes.
Yeah,
kind of
For the audio listeners, they stopped talking about Batman at like 2:33.
back to back. And I'm like, Batman. I mean, how much can I say? I don't want to like spoil anything.
This is
At this point, the movie's kind of old, I think. But
When this comes out, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't seen it, spoiler warning until
Yeah.
editor put up until we're done talking about whatever.
Yeah. Audio
But-
only listeners just skip around, I guess.
Yeah. It's when Catwoman and Batman are at the graveyard and they go their separate ways. I'm like, surely this is the end. This has got to be the end, and it wasn't. And it was another one, and I was like sitting there shaking, and like my legs are shaking. And I'm like, I've had to pee for an hour at this point, and you know how much water I drink. And I drank, and this was dumb of me. I drank a big thing of core water and then a big thing of Dasani at the movies. And then Gracie's, I was like, do you want popcorn? Because usually the salt and popcorn dries me out, so I don't have to use the bathroom till I can like hold it till after. Because the saltiness dries me out a little bit. She's like, no. And I was like, all right, say less. I'm not trying to spend more money. So I'm just sitting there. I've drank probably half a gallon, maybe 2/3 of a gallon of water at this point in the movie theater alone. I'm shaking. I have to pee. And then it goes black. I'm like, finally, I'm about to get up. And then it's like something else. And I kept thinking, something in the way.
Yeah, I had prep time. I knew this was a 3-hour movie.
yeah,
I went
same.
into there, I was like, I'm not drinking water.
Okay, I knew it was a long movie because Gracie bought the tickets. So that's why I was like, I bought snacks and stuff like that. And I knew it was like
You have
longer
a
than
chain
2
on, Devin?
hours.
I keep her dangling.
Huh?
You have a chain on or something? Something's dangling. Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Dog tags.
Oh, can you hear
Yeah.
it? Oh.
Is it bad?
Kind of.
I can just take them off. Between.
Anyways, She bought tickets, so like I obviously didn't see how long, because it says how long the movie is. I haven't like looked into anything about the movie, because like I don't want to say I didn't care. I really, really, really wanted to see this movie, but I didn't want to like, I didn't think to look how long the movie was, but I knew it was over 2 hours for sure. And she said, "Oh yeah, it's just a little bit over 2 hours."
No shot.
Nah.
I'm sitting there. Get to the Riddler scene where Batman and a cop are at the Riddler's house, and like they finally pull the carpet out, which is like probably like what 45 minutes before the movie ends roughly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh okay, so like this is like, I've heard it sets up a sequel, so this is obviously the sequel. Nope, this is this movie, and I'm already having to pee, and I'm just watching all this stuff happen, and then there's a flood. I'm like, fuck, and all this water going on the screen, all this like swishing, and I'm like, I have to fucking pee so bad. Anyways, that's my spiel about it. It was just, I'm not gonna I can go on.
Do you have any thoughts about the actual movie though?
No, phenomenal movie. It was like probably the best movie that I've seen in recent times.
Probably. Yeah,
I can't think of a movie that's gonna top it.
Yeah. I don't know what I've seen recently.
JJK ain't topping it, ain't touching it.
I don't know what movies I've seen recently.
JJK was alright. I like
it. It's been a while since I've been excited for a movie, but
yeah, Batman was great too. You had any thoughts about it, Deven?
It was a phenomenal movie. Most of my gripes I've answered myself, and like a lot of my gripes were like, why is he doing this? Batman wouldn't do this. Batman.
You can say them. We at this point we're in a spoiler. We gave the spoiler warning, so we're gonna talk.
It was like a lot of like, I don't think Bruce Wayne or Batman would act like this, but I had to put myself in the mindset this is a 1 year Batman or two year
years,
Batman.
Yeah.
So he's still getting into it.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, a lot of my gripes I was like, okay, I can reason with this.
Yeah, that's why, because I'd like explain it to my dad basically, because my dad's like, he calls himself a comic book fan, but it feels like as time goes on, he seems to like fall off more. So I have to like keep him in the loop on things. So I had to answer him a lot of questions about Batman. So I kind of like know a lot about the movie now because I had to answer so many of his questions. If you got questions, I got the answers. Because he was like, why was Batman taking hits? I'm like, yeah, he's like year 2. He's not nearly experienced. And I would assume he hasn't trained with the League of Shadows yet.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, the whole time, because before he said he's only been doing it for a couple of years, because he said his parents died like 2 years earlier or whatever.
Not 2 years. His parents died 2 years earlier.
But it's like he started doing the bat stuff 2 years
ago. Yeah.
And the whole time I was thinking, I was like, one, he's very young, like very young, and then 2. He is taking a lot of fucking hits that he should not be taking. Just like he sees them with a pipe, he's like, he takes the hits and then he grabs it and like, but like you already took the hit. Yeah. I thought it was crazy, and I was like, there's no way he trained with the league at this point.
Yeah.
I think if he did, they would have said something about it. I think it's assumed he didn't. Yeah. Like because Alfred says he taught him how to fight, so I think it's assumed he's a self-taught fighter.
Yeah.
He didn't learn anything extra, which is kind of what happens in the comics. Batman is self-taught. He eventually gets trained by a bunch of different assassins, which is why he's the guy he is now. Yeah. He was trained by like almost every type of martial artist in DC, I think.
Isn't it like he knows every martial arts or something like that?
Yeah, he does. I found it funny during a movie. He was just taking just blank, just AK. He was just walking through those cells. I'm like, no shot. He was just eating those cells. He's like, yeah. He's like,
I think even experienced Batman would do that though. If he had bulletproof armor, because it scares him.
He does. He
does.
He has bulletproof armor, but he's not walking through no AK.
It scares him. I think he would. Batman all works on fear. I think he absolutely would walk through it. If he knew he had bulletproof, he would absolutely walk through it.
Oh yeah, if he did.
You know what else is scary?
He did.
So. I shoot this man point blank with a sawed-off shotgun. He falls, and then like I got his woman right here. I'm about to kill her. All of a sudden, he just goes adrenaline in his leg. He just stands up. I would actually piss myself. I'd be like, "What are we doing here? What are we doing?" He's just like on the ground, and you just see like he just gets himself adrenaline.
Yeah,
that would be fucking scary. Yeah, Batman, he takes hits to operate off fear.
Yeah,
I think the Batman movie did a really good job of showing how Batman uses the shadows to scare criminals too, because no other movie really showed that the criminals actually do fear the darkness because of him.
Yeah,
because like he could be there.
Yeah, and
they don't know. No other movie ever talks about that ever, and I think it's a really good add that Matt Reeves added to the character. There's a lot of things. I can tell Matt Reeves definitely likes Batman as a character because it felt like he wanted to flesh out Batman as a person before he touched Bruce Wayne, really.
For sure.
Which is why it's called the Batman.
Yeah, I saw a lot of gripes people. So I'm like, well, there's not really a distinction between Batman and Bruce Wayne in this movie. It seems like it's all Batman. I'm like, a lot of people don't realize that Bruce Wayne himself is like a facade. Like that's not how like Bruce Wayne acts. Like everything Batman Like if anything, Batman is like
Yeah,
Well, and
that's the
really
quote.
To
Is
go off
Bruce
that-
Wayne is the mask. That's what like everyone in the Justice League tells him. He's like, yeah, he agrees. Bruce Wayne's the mask. Batman is his real.
Yeah.
Because I
self.
remember they were doing with the fuck, who directed it? It was the Christian Bale Batman. It was the
Christopher
Dark
Nolan?
Knight series.
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, yeah. He went to a gala, like a mask gala, and everyone
Yeah.
was wearing masks, but he was the only one that
Yeah.
wasn't because that
He
is
is
his
his
mask.
mask.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
So a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, there's like, oh, he's like that all the time. Batman, he plays a person. No, that's how he
Yeah.
thinks. He is Batman.
so people are like, well, why isn't there a distinction? Like, oh, well, this is like a year two Batman.
Yeah.
He hasn't yet adopted that facade of being a playboy. Like, all
Exactly.
It's also
I
why
think
he's so,
that's what
like,
this movie
edgy.
sets up here
Yeah.
is that he realizes because the mayor talks to him. She's like, "You're not doing enough." I think this is what this movie is showing. This is when he learns he needs to actually be Bruce Wayne as well because he
Yeah.
can help the city in more ways than just being Batman.
Well, and then not only that, but the way I think there's one scene that kind of goes off this real good. It's like the beginning of the funeral when he walks up to Falcone. Is his name Falcone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he walks up to him, just like hey, what's just straight up walks up to him the way Batman would.
Yeah.
And then he gets stopped by bodyguards, and then it took Falcone and said, no, we're good here. Don't worry about it. But it goes back to he hasn't adapted that facade yet.
Exactly.
He's still in his mind Batman,
Uh-huh.
and he walked up the way that Batman would walk up.
Exactly. So like, I just like when I first watched it, I had like all these gripes, and like after having this new like perspective, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually like a really well thought out movie, and they took their
Exactly.
time to like.
He really thought about a lot of things there. And I think another thing that'll make him rethink his Bruce Wayne thing is Riddler. Because for a second he thought Riddler figured out who he is. So maybe he'll look at that and be like, maybe I should make Bruce Wayne a little bit more different than
Yeah.
Batman. So it won't be easy to figure me out.
I mean, Riddler did find out who he is.
No, he didn't.
No, it's
If you pay attention to the scene, that's what Batman thinks. It's kind of that whole like scene is kind of a complex thing that I had to explain to my dad. So the beginning of the scene starts with when he's at the Riddler's house, right? When he's uncovering the clues and he sees the pictures of Bruce Wayne next to Batman and says, "Who is Batman?" Right? And Batman's thinking, "Oh, he's figured me out." And then Jim
Oh, but it
Gordon
was
gets
just
the
his
call.
target, though.
Yeah, but Jim
Yeah.
Gordon gets the call. Riddler wants you. Batman's the whole time thinking, it's over. That's why he tells Jim Gordon, it's over. This is probably my last time seeing you as Batman, right? So he's going to meet Riddler, assuming Riddler knows who he is. And I think it's a big thing that Matt Reeves is banking on is that Batman thinks Riddler knows he's Bruce Wayne, which is why he doesn't uncover the bigger riddle, because he's thinking too much about like, oh, I'm over. He doesn't think about the big picture because it's assumed that if he didn't think that, he would have figured out the final riddle.
yeah,
But because he was too busy thinking about his identity, he didn't figure it out.
yeah.
And then he
I guess
goes
it
to
makes sense now
him.
to think about it, because
He said
Bruce
Wayne's
Wayne
one
was
we
the
let go.
target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then when he's talking to Batman, he keeps saying Bruce Wayne, and Batman's scared. And as soon as Riddler says he's the one we let get away, right? And then he goes, oh, he
He's-
doesn't know.
yeah.
And then that's when he starts talking. If you notice, he's quiet the whole time
Oh.
until he realizes Riddler doesn't know.
Yeah.
Then he starts talking.
yeah. I want to go back and rewatch it when it's
Yeah.
through legal means. I will go and watch it.
No.
Of course, it'll be out on HBO Max.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gracie's got that, so yeah, I
Eventually.
can watch it, yeah.
I guess my one true gripe is the Riddler. Like he's a phenomenal in the movie.
Yeah,
but
we
I
know
think
it's your favorite. Calm down, Devin. Quit
No,
talking him.
but I think
Look at this
Oh,
guy.
just look at him.
Look
though.
at this
He
guy.
gotta
Look
talk
in the
about the
comments.
Riddler.
He's
every-
not my favorite. Like look, Riddler was phenomenal. Bro. We all just agree he's like one of the best Batman villains of all time. Come on.
Better than
Come on.
Heath Ledger. Come on, let's see it.
Come on.
Say it.
I think the
It's like,
best.
it's like Gabe. I need you to say that for me.
I think the best way to put this is like a Spider-Man, like Sam Raimi, like how they did like Green Goblin and Doctor Octopus. They're good like in that movie, but they're not like
They're not the character?
Yeah, but like the
I agree.
Riddler, the Riddler I,
think-
know is very like boisterous and like the reason like he is the way he
A
is.
nerd?
Huh?
A nerd?
Yeah, well he's a nerd. He's a nerd in
Yeah.
the movie, but like the reason that he is like he likes that like how
The
do I put it?
attention.
Yeah, he loves
He's
he
a
loves the
narcissist,
attention.
yeah. What he does in the movie.
He does in the movie,
He
yeah.
gets his
movie, but
attention.
he seems like more like he cares like about the city. I don't know. It's weird.
I think it's more like, and I think I kind of agree with you. Now that you said it, it's kind of like he
I think-
wanted to be the man in the shadows, and he wanted Batman to be the man up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like, he
think
wanted
it
he
gave
wanted to be
him
the
a
man in the
new,
chair
like-
for Batman.
Yeah, he gave
They gave him a new motivator,
Yeah,
whereas
which is
in the
cool.
comics, Riddler is just like, I want attention.
Yeah.
And I want to know everyone to know I'm smarter than them.
Yeah.
And this one, they were like, he had a different backstory coming up. It's
Which
a
is nothing
different-
wrong
yeah.
with that. Like if you gotta do it, yeah. But, like,
Yeah. It made sense for sure.
Yeah, and another great thing I think the Batman did for Batman is it shows that Batman is the reason. Like it goes back to what I said a couple episodes ago with Tyler. Batman is the reason that the villains in Gotham exist.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. They were just gonna be straight street criminals for the most part until Batman came into the picture. He creates effectively all of his villains, except for the ones who come from elsewhere to come to Gotham. That's different. But like all his villains are created by him. The Riddler in that movie shows it because Riddler was inspired by Batman to become who he is, which he even says in the movie.
Yeah. And for the most part, he realized that he knows that. And
Yeah,
he tries to step his game up, and
I think that's the final scene showing you his realization that when they unmask the Riddler thug and he's like, I'm vengeance. That's when he realizes he's having a bad effect on the city as well.
Yeah.
Can
We also talk about like
Oh, you got it.
part of the ending when Riddler was in the prison cell.
Yeah, with the Joker.
The Joker. I'm pretty excited to see where that goes to.
I don't know. I didn't
I
like
think
how
it's
they
too
made
early.
the Joker look. He looks like Two-Face, but one.
I actually
Two-Face.
I actually thought it was Two-Face until I saw his whole face.
I thought it was Two-Face till
You
someone.
don't see his whole face. You only see half his face.
Yeah.
No, but you kind of see like the silhouette of one, and then he turns his head, and then you see the light. So you kind of like, because like I saw like it looks like boils and stuff. So I was like, oh, it looks like Two-Face. But I'm like, I don't think Dent talks like this. Like,
He would.
Yeah,
he's an attorney.
I'm not familiar with Dent like with Two-Face that way. So like I wouldn't know how he would
like I don't
perceivably talk. But
Yeah.
like
I'm not
I
a
knew
fan
it
of
was
how
Joker.
they have Joker so far.
The only thing I didn't
They'll
like about
fix
Joker
it.
was his laugh.
They'll definitely.
No, I don't
fix
like
it.
Barry Keoghan as the Joker though. I don't think he's that good. I didn't even like him in Eternals. I mean, I didn't like Eternals at all, but like I didn't like him in Eternals to be like he's the Joker for me.
I think
You had Joaquin Phoenix to pick from. You're like, forget him. I'm gonna go get this guy.
I think it's too early to even like announce someone like the Joker into this universe. It's a very young Gotham. It's still maturing to what it is.
But would it not be
think
cool if
so.
you kind of have a Joker behind the scenes though? Like make a sequence of movies where none of the main villains are Jokers, but you always see Joker in the
I like him to be like in the
That'd be
background
cool.
and like.
I don't think he is the Joker yet. I think he's currently the Red Hood guy because
Oh,
I think
do you think so?
he doesn't have green hair or anything in the
You're right.
prison cell.
Yeah.
I think this is freshly after the Red Hood incident.
Red Hood incident.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it
where he
is
gets
early
pushed
Batman,
in
so that
the
would make sense,
acid.
yeah.
That'd be okay.
And that would make sense to how he builds up. Because also, this is I can't remember what the comic is called. Because there's two comics where Gotham gets flooded. It's Year Zero, and there's another one. The one I'm thinking of is the one where actually the Riddler's the one who floods it, which I'm assuming is what this movie was based on, where the Riddler floods Gotham. It does involve Joker in the Red Hood gang. So
Okay.
yeah, Joker is like kind of manipulating the Riddler as well, and that so
Which
it's
kind of
probably
goes hand in hand
similar.
with the movie. Like the end is like
Exactly.
he gave him the riddle.
That'd be
Exactly.
cool. But
yeah.
no, I just been thinking like it comes back to our previous conversation. Like all these other Batman movies they could have. They could have like a Hush movie.
I think they alluded to Hush because
That's what they say.
the reporter he killed was last name Elliot, and Thomas Elliot is Hush. So, and then they also said Hush when he killed the reporter. So I think it was like a subtle nod at Hush is gonna appear. We have a Hush thing could appear. I think maybe not as like the main villain of the movie, but I think it'd be cool have a Killer Croc Easter egg since it's underwater now. Have Killer Croc would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Obviously, Penguin's still gonna be around.
They set him up to be like a higher like
Yeah.
person now. That was the flood and everything.
I thought it was really cool though because Water said a couple episodes back that he's knows about superheroes, but he's not like in superheroes. And I think I'm
Yeah.
kind of along the same lines. I might know slightly more, but not very much more than Eduardo.
Yeah.
My extent of Batman is just stuff I've seen online. I mean, obviously the movies, and then like the Arkham series because I just finished playing that, and I think it was kind of cool. I mean, Iceberg Lounge, like something small like that. I
Yeah,
just thought it was
you do
funny.
it?
I was like, "Hey, Iceberg
Yeah.
Lounge!" That's so Gracie. I was like, "We're gonna see Penguin," and she goes, "Why do you think that?" And then that next scene is Penguin. And I was like, "Let's fucking go!" Like I was getting, like I didn't say anything obviously, but like
Yeah.
I was like internally getting hyped. I think that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun movie, a cool movie.
It's definitely the
If you
best
haven't seen
Batman
it,
origin
guys,
movie we've had.
audio listeners or any listeners, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I think
It's
Definitely
worth your
go watch
time.
I think someone. I think the best way someone put it. I don't know if I agree with this yet, but like the take was because it's obviously the Batman in the Dark Knight.
Okay, hang on. As of right now, I think go back a little bit. As soon as we ended our last like spoiler talk, you can like say that's the timestamp. I think they can come back now.
Yeah.
I think we're done with spoiler talks.
Yeah, we're done. With
Yeah, we're
spoilers.
done. We're just talking about general.
Yeah.
And this isn't my take, but I don't know how I feel about it. But it's obviously between the Dark Knight and the Batman. And someone said the Batman's a better Batman film, but the Dark Knight's just a better like film.
Yeah, because I was telling these to Eduardo when he asked. I don't know if that episode hasn't come out yet. I don't think, but because he asked me the same question, it's so different of approach because Dark Knight heavily focuses on the Joker, not really Batman at all.
Which is why they got the best Joker.
Exactly. It's kind of like Infinity War, where it's a movie where they center it around the villain. So naturally, if your villain is good, like Thanos was and Joker was, it's gonna be a better villain movie than the other versions are. So it's kind of different. I hope Matt Reeves does a good job with these other 3 movies, because as of right now, he's got the Batman, which is the best first in all the Batman movies, so he's got that going.
Yeah.
He's got to keep the tradition of the second movie being a banger.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So it's got to be heat. But
I think if he keeps up the way that he did this movie, he'll do perfectly fine.
yeah, I really hope he doesn't ruin the Joker. I hope, because I'm still not a fan of Barry King. I'm not sold on him, but maybe he can sell me on the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully Robert Pattinson he decides to bulk up too, because it made sense.
That was one of my biggest qualms. Is like in the suit.
He looks so
he was
weird.
jacked in the suit. And he took it off and he's like,
I don't know.
edgy boy.
I think in the movie, it's year 2. It made a little sense he's smaller.
No,
But
it
I
made
think he should
sense.
definitely
I was just
bulk up.
like, it just in my mind, it just looks so.
does.
You go from Ben Affleck, who's over here just like lifting mad weights in his garage, to like skinny boy, edgy Pattinson. It just looked looked weird, but it makes sense because it's early on.
Yeah, but like.
It's like a personal qualm.
Yeah, but that wasn't because like the director's choice. That was his choice. He's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, he decided I didn't want to bulk up, and I was like, I don't know why.
I don't know.
It's weird.
But if he
hopefully, that's why I said hopefully he decides.
I was gonna say, like, what if like he's like, I don't want to bulk up for this movie, but then I'll bulk up as I get more experience.
I
as
hope-
Batman.
I hope he's big
I
brain.
hope.
I hope he's big brain
Yeah.
like that.
Because
Like,
if he does,
that would be.
it would be cool. It would show progression in the character.
Yeah.
That would
Which
be
is
really cool.
which is not you don't see that a lot because Batman you usually just start off like jacked.
exactly. I think the only time we've really ever seen that in like a comic book movie specifically is Spider-Man with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
You see him become like this little. He's not skinny when he's first introduced, but he's not like jacked as he is in No Way Home.
He's like skinny toned. He's
skinny toned, and then No Way Home, he's actually jacked. Like you see the progression of like over time being Spider-Man. Yeah, he's
You're
gonna
getting
get more
stronger,
muscle.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal. Seeing Pattinson jack
Exactly.
Up.
That's why I think that'd be a good idea.
Now I think one thing that's really cool is Love or Hate Twilight, huge film, like huge series, right?
Yeah.
And he did not like that at all. He absolutely abhorred everything that has to do with Twilight.
Yeah.
Hear anything he talks about, he hates Twilight. From what I've seen from interviews, and it's not a lot, but I've seen a couple, he actually enjoys being Batman. Like he enjoys the whole process, the film, the people, everything. And I think that that's showing a lot with his acting on the screen. Is that it's kind of like he's giving more to it almost.
Yeah. And for his sake, I hope it won't overshadow it, but hopefully it'll bring a new light to him as an actor. Everyone won't think of him as the Twilight guy. They'll think of him as Batman too.
Yeah.
Which is
way
good
better.
for him. Good for him.
Because like love it or hate it, Christian Bale has been in a lot of movies. He's kind of thought as American Psycho in Batman.
And Batman, yeah.
That's just how it is. When you make a big film, you're gonna be
Same thing with Heath Ledger.
Brokeback Mountain, and Joker. That's what he's known for.
Yeah, true.
Just what it is. Tom Holland, no Spider-Man. He probably will forever be known as that. Honestly, I don't think he could do anything that'll ever step up being Spider-Man.
I don't even know what else he's in. I didn't know Tom Holland.
Uncharted?
He was he's Uncharted,
Okay,
but I heard it
that
wasn't
movie
that
like
good.
came out yet.
And then also like he's done a lot of Broadway stuff.
It
but-
did. Uncharted came out a while ago.
Yeah, it's been out for like a
movie?
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out a while ago.
Yeah, it's been out for like a month or so.
I've heard nothing about this movie.
Because
Did
I
it
heard it's
do
not that
well?
good.
Because I've heard it's like mid.
I heard it's like an movie.
Yeah.
Like a solid 6.
Well,
Yep, run of the mill movie. But he's been in it. And he's gonna be in more movies, I would assume. Spider-Man's only up to his stock.
yeah. People are like, oh, we want that Tom Holland duck.
Tom Holland to see.
Tom Holland's broken.
Broken?
Yeah, that man speaks things to existence. Like everything he's ever been in and done. he
Nah,
said-
they fact checked the Zendaya one. That's not true actually.
Really?
What happened with this?
Because the meme of Tom Holland gets everything he wants because he speaks it into existence. Because he said, "I want to be Spider-Man." In an interview, became Spider-Man. When they asked who his Marvel crush was, he said it was Zendaya, and he got Zendaya. It's actually not true. He did say Zendaya in that interview, but that's actually not the first time he was asked that question. The first time he was asked that, he said Elizabeth Olsen.
No, shut. You can't.
He
get
changed.
that.
Okay, yeah.
He changed his answer to Zendaya later. People saying he changed his answer because at that point he was probably in talks with her, so he wanted to like up his stock with her.
Yeah, he also said his favorite game was Uncharted.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
So
No
yeah,
shot, bro. Elizabeth Olsen's like a different caliber.
he
She's
didn't
a
told her.
woman.
He didn't speed into his
He
distance.
get all that hate for dating Zendaya. I don't want to see what he gets when he dates like. If you
No,
got, like,
Zendaya's way more popular.
She is way popular,
For sure.
in my opinion.
guess.
Yeah, I like Elizabeth Olsen more, but Zendaya's definitely way
More
more
popular,
popular.
I guess,
She's
yeah.
a bigger name, especially in the black community. They love
Yeah.
her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
which is, nah, I'm not sure about that.
Oh,
Yeah, you started talking about.
I did want to say this was a funny thing I saw. So you guys know Paul Dano, the actor for Riddler, right?
Yeah.
He was also in 12 Years a Slave, right?
Really?
Yeah,
Who the slaves?
slave master, I would assume. But I saw this funny thing in an interview when they were asking Paul Dano about his role as the Riddler. Let me get the exact quote. I don't want to butcher it.
Nah,
I don't want to do him injustice here. I want to
He's
do
a
him.
background
I want to do him right.
Let's have this part cut out because I.
Again?
Again, Tyler.
All right. When we come back, I'll have the quote ready.
Bro, you finished 2 bottles. You would have to smoke.
here?
Man, you didn't just release this, so.
We got our. We have our own Gart now.
Oh my god, we do. You small bladder boy.
A Dunkin' Donuts employee Falcon punched a customer to death.
I mean, I gotta be Tyler, but I'm holding it, bro. No.
I just know
It's
I
up
was
to you,
holding
Devin.
that was a good pee.
Fine, I might as well go.
Okay. Who
I feel
knows?
bad because like if I don't style my hair, I look like Squilliam.
What are you talking about?
I got this haircut and it's good when I like put product in it and I slick
done
it back
already?
a little bit.
Okay.
I got like the Zeke. I feel like I got the good Zeke Giger. Like it looks good like when I get the product, but now that it's like all kind of messed up and like old and dingy, I feel like a Squilliam.
Squilliam?
Yeah, with like the.
Nah.
I feel like my hair just looks whack. I like the middle part though.
Funny
I'm
enough,
in jig with the
my
middle
pee is so clear. When I get drug tested, people are like, why is your pee? This water? I'm like, no, it's my
part.
pee.
I asked that too.
Like,
and then he's
you're
like- he's
cheating, aren't you? Like, yeah, I'm pouring water in my cup. I'm like, yeah, this is my pee.
That happened when I got the Apex, the drug test for Apex. They looked, and like I filled the fucking cup up, like, cause like they're like this, like they gave me like this big ass cup. They're like, how much do you have to pee? And I was like, why? And they're like, cause you have a small cup and a big cup. Cause like,
give me the big cup.
yeah. And then I was like, quite a bit. So they gave me like a bigger cup, and they're like, this is the maximum fill line. And I filled that whole up, and like I put it on the sink. And I peed for like another 20 seconds because I had to pee so bad because I was holding it because I was like, I'm gonna get max volume for this drug test.
You
And
can leave
then-
the whole conversation in, editor. That's
They
fine.
looked, they're like, this shit's fucking crystal clear. And I was like, yeah, I drink a lot of water. They're like, do you have a bottle or something in there? And I was like, no, I just peed. And they're like, no shot is this clear. Anyways, I thought that was crazy.
Okay. I got the quote. It actually wasn't that complex of a quote, anyways.
It was like, what's 2 + 2? But
Paul Dano
also
said
4x4.
he couldn't sleep during the filming of the Batman due to playing a terrifying Riddler. And the top comment was, "I bet this nigga slept like a baby during 12 Years a Slave, bro." Because he ain't saying nothing about that performance. I thought that was funny.
Hey, asking questions?
Slave master?
Slave master?
He slept like a baby. He was like,
I sleep.
Batman.
Batman Riddler. Oh my god, I'm such a villain.
How could I ever do this?
I can't sleep right. Ugh. He's like, oh, we're recording 12 Years a Slave 2. All right, I'm up. Let's go. I just call him the N-word. Easy.
Alright, that wasn't part of the line.
That reminds
What was
me.
the part of the
That
line?
reminds me during.
We just told you to get back to work. That's all we said. That's all that's in the script.
Oh, there's 2 things. There's the one with the movie that came out like the past couple of years ago. It was Adam
Black
Driver was in
Klansman?
it. Is that what it was? Adam
I
Driver
think
was
it's
in
Yeah,
it.
Black
but
Klansman.
He was like shooting at the car.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And the meme was like, all you had to do was say, "Damn, he got away."
Yeah.
And then 2, that reminds me because there was well, kind of reminds me during Django, the filming of Django. Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like having trouble saying the N-word, and Samuel L. Jackson gave him like
The
pep
past.
talk.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, bro, you have to deal with this every day. What are you on about? Just say it. And I thought that was fun.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio is such a
It's
good
funny,
dude.
like the lines people draw, especially like in acting and stuff like that. People draw like, not to say weird lines, but like they just draw lines sometimes where it's inconsistent with other lines they'll draw.
What do you mean? Like you think it's weird that Leonardo DiCaprio would play like a murderer, but he wouldn't say the N-word?
Yeah.
It's different.
I think it's different, obviously, and then something like that, where even if it's just a joke, but like.
Yeah, well, he did actually say that quote. That's not a joke. The joke is like what the comment.
No, the joke
said.
is like the 12 years a slave, like I sleep,
Yeah.
and then the.
I think the reason they say that though is because he never made any comments about that.
I mean, his
about
role
12
probably
Years a
wasn't that
Slave.
big in that movie.
But that's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
wasn't,
I just think
but
it's like
still.
I don't know. It's interesting.
For all we know, he was just like some like side character.
No, he was the guy underling to Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, was he? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I bet Benedict Cumberbatch sounds like a baby too.
He's like,
But he's like Doctor Strange. Oh my god, I'm such a villain. I'm creating the
Multiverse of Madness.
multiverse.
Oh my
I have to be evil.
I can't sleep. Benedict Cumberbatch, we had to record the What If episode. He couldn't sleep.
He's like, bruh, I could never do this. Get back to work, slave.
Get back to work, filthy slave.
What you say to me, boy?
So I love my job. That wasn't in the line. Oh, I was just talking. We're still filming?
I'm getting into I'm immersing myself.
Yeah, I'm immersing.
Call it method acting.
I always like seeing the story because every time a new Joker is casted, there's always stories about how they get into character. Like, do you remember like Jared Leto's? He was like, I mailed dead rats to my coworkers.
Yeah, and they're like, why? Why did you do this?
It's like I had to get into character of a sadistic mind. I'm like, Joker
Or it's
doesn't
like
do that.
Or it's like the Heath Ledger
you
where he
on
didn't
about?
sleep for like a week straight before one of the filming sessions.
What'd you say?
Heath Ledger didn't sleep for like a week straight before one of the filming
Yeah.
sessions just to like get in the crazy mindset.
Yeah.
Actual like madmen.
Method
I
acting.
mean, Joker's a mindset you have to really like play into.
do. Yeah, you can't just like
You can't just be like, I'm the Joker. Let's go.
I'm
like
the
imagine
Joker,
like
baby.
Joaquin
I think
Phoenix.
Mark
Joaquin
Hamill
Phoenix-
probably can because he's done it for so
Yeah.
long.
He
It's
just- he
also
just
like yeah.
Snap it on.
Yeah, he's also a voice, not a.
This is like voice
yeah.
is different than like actually acting because there's so many subliminal cues, like nonverbal cues that humans use to like identify certain things,
Yeah.
which is why like Heath Ledger like this like the eye twitching and certain things like mannerisms that he did. Really
Every
sold
time
it.
I rewatch The Dark Knight, I just get a new appreciation for how well Heath Ledger did his performance.
Yeah.
It's so insane.
It's
'Cause,
iconic,
like,
literally iconic.
There's in the scene when they're in the pen. This isn't even spoiler. This movie's
penthouse.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, the penthouse scene when they're up there in the party and he's Bruce Wayne. And as Bruce Wayne, he walks up to the drinks, pretends to drink it, but tosses out because he's on the job. He doesn't want to doesn't have a foggy mind. And then Joker, when he gets there, he does the exact same thing because Joker also he likes to portray himself as the mad dog, but he's actually a really smart guy who always has a plan as well.
Mr. Super Saiyan over
Exactly.
here. Yeah.
And I think that's like a little small information that like Christopher Nolan left him, which is really good.
Just a good film.
I just
dude.
love things like that.
Heath Ledger.
Like,
It's such a
little
shame
things.
he died, dude.
Yeah, it is.
The Joker would have been insane to come back.
But dummy.
Put away dummy. Honestly, I wouldn't even been mad. Like even if the Nolanverse still ended at Dark Knight Rises, regardless of his death. If Matt Reeves was like, I'm just gonna bring Heath Ledger back. I'm like, do it. I don't
Good.
care. I literally don't care.
I could not care less.
Just a soft reboot. Who cares?
It's okay. It's okay. Ish.
Like I love Joaquin Phoenix, true, but like I'll take a Heath Ledger.
He was a good Joker.
I'll take Joaquin Phoenix
He ain't
Joker
number
too.
one though. He ain't number one though.
I think he does a good.
He's a good Joker. He's a
Yeah.
really
He
good
played
Joker.
okay. He played a good mentally ill person. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
Yeah. And then Heath Ledger hit the perfect like crazy aspect.
Well, he was more anarchist than I think crazy.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's Joker didn't seem crazy. He seemed more like an anarchist.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because Heath Ledger's Joker, everything felt sane. Like he had everything under control, which he did.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'd really like to see Joaquin Phoenix's Joker with a Batman, but that's just not the way. DC's so like weird with the way they're organizing their stuff. It,
Yeah.
it won't happen.
I don't think that's because there's not like Marvel. You have what do they call it?
Kevin
Different-
Feige.
No,
Not only that,
talking
but you
about
have
phases.
like you have phases.
Yeah.
So it's like there's an MCU. There's not really like a DCCU.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, the
there
reason we
is-
have phases is because of Kevin Feige and Bob Iger. They set this up. They're like, we're gonna like make this a thing. We're gonna like make sure everything's structured. DC doesn't have that. They just have a
One-offs.
company who
Yeah.
just like hires directors and writers and stuff. They don't really have like a cohesive unit who's just set to do it,
Mhm.
which would definitely benefit them. Because I'm not I'm a Marvel fan obviously, but I'm not like a DC hater because of it. I'm not one of the people who have to like pick and choose. I love both, and it'd be amazing if we had DC and Marvel both doing amazing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Like imagine
It goes back to the thing we talked about earlier, where it's like you can like one thing more, but it's not like you don't like the other thing. Like you want to see Marvel have record-breaking success, but you also want to see DC have record-breaking success too, because that creates competition, which makes them make better movies, and then you get better products.
Exactly, because right now Marvel really they have competition now, but for a while they didn't have competition, so they could kind of just like chill and relax. Like what was it, Phase 2 or something? Phase 2 Marvel had was horrible, but because they had no competition, it didn't matter. They had like Iron Man 2, Dark World. It was like their worst phase ever, but it didn't matter because there's no competition. But imagine 2008 is when Iron Man came out. Batman also came out, like the Batman, and they started the cinematic universe. And then what was next? Captain America, Superman.
And also imagine like
that'd be insane.
Not only that, like we're still like running with like Robert, like everything's exactly the same. The Batman.
Yeah, they kept.
Okay, imagine like, because you're still riding that Twilight high for Pattinson.
Yeah.
You would still get not more views, but you would still get like. He's up there. He's
you're talking
notoriety.
Okay, no, Batman. If it would definitely outsell Iron Man. I mean, it did now, obviously, but like, you have Robert Pattinson for Twilight also, and then Batman, the most popular comic book character of all time. Like, of course, that's gonna sell.
Yeah. And you have like nerds seething like, I get 2 movies at the same time.
And then like the racist be like, Paul Dano from 12 Years a Slave is
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He's running the 12 Years a Slave.
My hero!
Woo!
And then once you watch the movie, you're like, oh my god, he's still my hero!
He's still a menace.
He's just a glorified school shooter!
Let's go!
That's what he is.
Yes.
I like this part. We outsmarted the dark guy. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I'm eating.
Bag alert.
Dude, that'd be so amazing. A DCEU,
You're riding
like
so many
Endgame
highs.
comes out, and then like the Justice League, whatever there be. What's their Apocalypse Wars, or is that what they call
it'd be
the
like
Dark Side one?
Apocalypse
But
War.
like done real good.
Done really. That'd be so good.
Like
Like,
if,
I would say,
if we had
obviously, I want them to-
simultaneous MCU and DCCU.
Like I want them to like have different like month release dates, that way their box office don't
Offset.
overlap. But I want them to be the same year, cause that would be amazing. Just imagine like, because what 2018 is when Infinity War came out, or
Yeah, 2018.
So 2018. Imagine Infinity War, like Part 1 of Justice League Darkseid War came out that same year. We just ate that year, and then the next year we got Endgame, and then whatever Justice League Part 2 would be called, we ate.
Yeah.
The Batman, Iron Man, we ate.
Competition will always be good. And
The Justice League first
Superman,
movie, the Avengers
Thor,
first
yeah.
movie, we ate.
That'd be
Amazing.
that'd be so.
Dude,
Flash, Captain America.
Oh my god.
That's only
Would it
that's
be
like
Flash,
a wish.
Captain America? Yeah. If we're gonna go.
I mean, who else would it be? It would be Superman, Captain
Superman,
America, if
Captain
anything,
America,
and then
yeah.
Wonder Woman, Thor.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
But you said Superman, Thor already, so I had to
because I just
change
thought
it.
about like God, but
Wonder Woman's a god.
yeah, that's why I didn't think about
Yeah.
that. Like,
Superman's actually not a god though.
no, but he's like godly.
Yeah,
Bro, that'd be crazy.
that would be insane.
That'd be phenomenal.
And
And then if
since-
Fox wasn't so stingy with like copyright things, like with X-Men and doesn't Fox?
oh, we have it now.
Well, it must have
I
like
say
back in the
we,
day. Back in the day, like they didn't have like
Yeah.
the Spider-Man, X-Men, and they were like, no.
Oh, Fox didn't have Spider-Man. That's Sony. They still do
Oh,
have
Sony has
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's right. But like, if different companies were just like, no, go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll just like mooch, but yeah.
Actually, no. I'm actually kind of fine with it because I think Spider-Man being introduced now is actually better for his character than if he was introduced back then. 'Cause if he was introduced back then, we would have had like it probably would have been Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire most likely, and they would have eventually aged out of the role, whereas Tom Holland kind of fits perfectly. And I don't know. I think Marvel is actually placed perfectly with Spider-Man's introduction unintentionally, because I know if they had the choice, they would have introduced him way earlier.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So I actually kind of like that Spider-Man took a while to come in, but the X-Men is different. We definitely should have had the X-Men and Fantastic Four a long
Fantastic Four,
time
yeah.
ago.
So I'm saying like you can have more expansion to the universe. Yeah.
If Marvel had their way, I'm sure Fantastic Four would have came out way before Infinity War and Endgame, because they would have wanted them in Endgame.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
unfortunately,
but the problem is you'd have like the. No, you can just make a new version.
I mean, I'm sure if the I guess the latest Fantastic Four movie did good, they would have introduced them.
which one?
Yeah, one with Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch.
I don't think so. They
don't
already
think
had
so?
Michael B. Jordan as
I was
Killmonger.
about to say like they wouldn't. That's why. That's
Even
why I
if
said
it
like the
did well,
problem
yeah,
with
you're
the
right.
original ones because you have Chris Evans as.
Well, I'm talking about the.
He's
Well,
talking
so that's why I said no, and then you said that one. I was like, but no, he's already.
He's Killmonger,
Killmonger.
yeah. I don't think they ever would do that. I think because even then they're not gonna. What they just did with Daredevil, they said Daredevil's show isn't canon. They said he's a variant of Daredevil. So even Daredevil, wells received, they're still like, nah, it's not. So I don't think they would care either. They'd still just make it its own thing. with Multiverse of Madness, they can just do this multiverse thing where it's like, oh, the Fox movies are canon and their multiverse, but not ours.
Yeah, and like their version of like the MCU.
And because of it, they get to like cherry pick which actors they
Yeah.
want to keep.
Yeah,
They're like, okay, I like that guy. I like Patrick Stewart. Come over here.
yeah,
Ryan Reynolds, come over here.
Dude, I can't wait to see the what was the Illuminati?
Oh my
The Illuminati?
I
Yeah.
cannot wait to
But if
see.
you can't wait,
them.
Tyler, just imagine me. bro.
Imagine-
Dude, I know you're
bro.
like I know y'all are eating. Y'all are eating. Like I want to see it. Y'all are like.
See, like it's really a shame that Marvel had to wait so long to get their rights. But if you think about it, they're eating right now because they get to cherry pick which actors they want. They're like, okay, what the fans think? They didn't like that one. Okay, you're out, gone.
You know, bench
They
him.
love Ryan Reynolds. Come in, let's go. You're in.
Patrick
They love Patrick Stewart. We love you
come
too. Come on. That's kind of amazing part about it is they get to learn from Fox's mistakes.
I think that's. God, Feige's insane.
But the sad part is we do miss on certain actors like
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
That's
Jackman.
Wolverine,
Yeah.
the biggest one.
I mean, it's fine. I think we can cast her. I didn't think Hugh Jackman Wolverine was like perfect.
It
I
wasn't
think
perfect,
they're definitely
but, like-
He
someone
was
else could
really
do it.
good, but it wasn't perfect by no means.
I think someone else can do it just fine.
I guess.
Honestly,
I don't know. Maybe I can blank on who else.
he's also
could.
too tall to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Isn't he like?
He's like 6'2"
was
or
it, like
something.
6 foot or 6'2"?
Yeah, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Come
He's
on,
like
I think he's like
5'3".
5 feet. Like
Yeah, he's like 5'5".
Fuck, put me in there. Put me in Wolverine.
Make you Wolverine.
True.
You get the stubble.
I'll fucking
True.
bulk up. Don't. I'll take.
They're gonna be like bulk up, Tyler. Be like,
You have 6 months. Say less. Hey, I'm gonna quit college. Okay, I'm out. I'm getting big. And then plus, not only that, they wouldn't just say bulk up. See you in 6 months. They're like, here's a personal trainer. He's a dietitian. Like they're.
I
Gonna
mean, no,
give
they
me-
don't do that. That's your job.
Yeah.
Actors,
not always.
Yeah, they do. Most of the time, 99% of the time,
I
actors.
guess
get
the
their own
boy's gonna
personal
have to help
trainers.
me eat right then.
Man, you got it, Tyler.
Because if I'm
You got
eating,
it.
we all eating.
Just hit up like someone like Christian Bale or someone who's known for
Just hit
doing
them up.
that.
I guess if I'm.
Christian Bale used to doing that. Him. Who else does it? Jared Leto kind of did it.
Yeah.
The problem is, I noticed, or not noticed, but like I've seen behind the scenes, a lot of actors tend to take like tests for
Hemsworth?
steroids.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
and I
believe
don't
it.
want to be like that. So
I don't think Hemsworth does. He has a personal trainer and they're on TikTok, so I think he's
he
probably
took
natural.
a lot of tests and trim.
Well, not him. No, him, not his trainer.
Chris-
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Chris Pratt's also really good at doing it.
yeah. I think Chris Pratt has good genetics too.
he
True.
does.
Yeah, he does.
It's kind of weird. I
Because-
saw him in like Parks and Rec. He was like fat, and
Yeah?
like now he's not.
And then he plays Star-Lord. He's like,
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about like
yeah,
genetics is like a lot of times if you have the proper insertions for muscles, you can look way bigger than you actually are just because of like, just think about it. Like if you have like this much muscle, and like your insertion is here versus here, that's gonna look more meaty versus this because it's
Yeah.
like you're compressing it more. So he has really good like arm insertions and shoulder insertions, which make them look beefed up. And then I mean abs, you got a kitchen, all that stuff. That's good on him. I'm not taking away like his work or anything like that. He did a lot of work to get to where he's at.
It's definitely
It's like-
easier to be in
like
shape
Tom-
when you're
okay,
rich, though.
Yeah, like
obviously.
Tom Hardy, like he has perfect chap genetics. Like we get it. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Bane.
When you're rich, you can effectively get almost anything you want.
exactly.
So it's a lot easier to be a superhero shape when you're an actor
Yeah.
versus just a regular guy who goes to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put me on.
I think that's a good place to end it, though.
Yeah.
What is the word I usually say? I don't think I've ever done an outro. Thank you for listening to this episode of the JWP podcast. Check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Reel in the Anchor, as Eduardo say, and yeah, check out Devin and Tyler's info in the description. Go vote on the straw poll for the gaming 3x3. Maybe there'll be a straw poll for the episode after that. I'm not sure. Probably not. Yeah.